You're boring.
Who are you?
Oh, not again. I hate these stupid interviews. Okay. I think I've gone beyond insane. I think I'm just embracing it now. I just think we're in like a psychiatric hospital or something. I don't know what's going on. A couple of us have nearly died, so it's pretty cool so far. Well, when we wake up from this dream, because I'm still banking on this being a dream, I think it'll be fine. If it's not a dream, I have no idea. The rules of this place are crazy. Look at that snake with antlers. Does that make any sense to you? And did you see those devil little things as well? I'm a receptionist. I just want to go home.
Hey, guys, Televar's being taken by some snake.
And that will be us sort of cutting back. You guys dive towards the woods where Brody is sort of pointing out towards you where this, he says he's being pulled away. And yes, you run into snakes. Some familiar snakes would be the best way of putting it. So let's bring you across to that one. And as you guys begin sort of coming up, I imagine Brody's up front, and who would be next coming nearby, but they're just hissing in your general direction. Brody, you can see they've wrapped, one of them has got Sir Talavar wrapped around one of its tails, if that makes sense. Is what's going on?
Push Craig forward, because he can talk to them.
Yeah,
talk to your friends.
From your point of view.
Oh, hey, snakes.
Yeah, as he's saying that, Brody, you're just hearing, and Craig, you're hearing, "Oh my God, it's you guys again."
Yeah, I thought you had gone back to your house.
Well, we kind of dropped the frog guy off, but to be honest, Pavlova was still a bit pissed at us for not bringing this guy in. But we found him now. Look, see? And one of them sort of like starts waving a unconscious pink fairy in your general direction as this is going on.
Oh, that was the guy you were looking for?
Yeah. Just literally, he was like watching from the woods. He was watching whatever was going on with those shrieking things. So we got him. Yeah, I know. It's pretty smart, huh?
He's kind of showing us where we need to go, though.
What? No. He's a prisoner. We got to take him back.
That's what I said, but no one seemed to care.
Well, we got him now. We can take him back. Everything's sorted out. We can all be on our way. It's pretty works out in the end on that front. Remember, you guys are still invited to come back to the town whenever you want to. You got a free pass card, kid. Free pass card.
Right, so they're still saying that these snakes the snakes are still saying that this is a bad person, that we should hand him over.
Craig, the snakes are working for the bad person. Therefore, if they're going after our friend, they're bad too.
I mean, we don't know this person, really.
He's done nothing but help us. I wouldn't know half of the stuff that I know now without him.
At what end has he helped us, though? You got to think about these things also. Has he done it out of the goodness of his heart? I don't know.
Okay, I'm about to do magic at them if you don't convince them to let our buddy go. Don't tell them that I'm about to do that, by the way, either. All right, don't warn them.
What?
So, have you ever seen a Disney movie? Like, the snakes are always the henchmen of the villain.
That is true.
That is a good point, yes.
What about... What about Kung Fu Panda? What about the snake in Harry Potter that says thanks? He was happy and he just wants to get home.
You had to dig real deep. Yeah.
Does Talavar look like he's been beaten up, or is he like?
He seems unconscious. As to why, yeah, on that one, he's certainly wrapped pretty tightly in a snake's sort of grip right now, if that makes sense. Yeah, he doesn't seem to be awake right now.
Does he look like he was beaten unconscious, or has fallen unconscious for dramatic effect?
Make a perception check.
I'm gonna do this too because I'm also curious.
Oh gosh. Sure. I don't know.
Ooh, it really hard to tell, Grace, right now on that front.
Okay.
And Brody,
Is that right? +2.
It depends. Yeah, is +2 right for you on
That
the?
doesn't sound right for a cleric build.
I am a bard.
He's a bard.
Oh, why
that's
don't I think you're a
even-
cleric? Why don't I think you're a cleric? Oh.
It's definitely giving you your proficiency, but what other things is going on in there?
Oh no, ignore me. I'm just not very wise.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, as long as the numbers make sense. It's hard to tell. He's definitely being squeezed, but yes, it's not the most obvious right now whether or not it's for effect or if he is definitely out. But yeah, for the rest of you,
Ask them if we can take him into town, and then we get a night's rest as well, instead of them taking him in.
Hey, why didn't you just let us take him in? To save you the trouble of going back. We're on the way there anyway.
Oh, man, I kind of do owe you a bit of a favor. Make a persuasion
Hey,
check.
we can tell them that that's what you were doing. You know.
I am kind of tired. Make a persuasion check.
I mean, it must be really difficult. I'm looking for persuasion at the same time. It must be really difficult to slither everywhere. I mean,
I know, right? Tell me about it. I mean, yeah, people that don't talk to us often just don't realize how hard a life it is. I know, Phil.
Is
No,
I got these legs. See?
no,
Yeah.
no. Redo that.
Oh, chronal shift. Add that in.
I don't say I've got these legs. See?
This is the only way I see us keeping this guy. Okay, it's a little bit better.
14. Okay, they're like, yeah, but you seem to be like the only guy that understands us, man. You really sort of get us. You know what? You know what? I'm thinking. Me and Syl, we're gonna take you up on this. You're gonna head. You promise? Pinky promise? You're gonna take him in?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we're going there, right?
That
And he was
sounds good.
traveling with us regardless, so I don't see any
Well,
issue.
I don't know about that. I'm thinking more like maybe we just sort of like take a nap, and then maybe we can cover for you if you guys want to have like a nap at some other time.
Okay.
These bushes look pretty good. Yeah, why not? We got a deal. We'll cover you on this one, and you cover us on this one. We'll cover you on another one.
Yo, that sounds fine.
All right, Syl. Hand the guy over for now. And he sort of
He,
looks
like,
at
in a
him
box
like,
or something?
no, he's not in a box or anything at the moment, but he's like, he's definitely tightly wrapped at the moment. And they say, you may want to put him in a sack or something. And you got us like a sack or something. Ask your
Has
friends if
anyone
they got a sack or something.
Anyone got a sack or something?
Why
That's
we
my
need a
bag.
sack?
I have a backpack.
I think I have a bag, yeah.
Why do we need a sack? I don't want this.
To stick that guy in.
I'm
Oh,
gonna put him in a sack.
We just agreed to this. What?
What did you deal with
guys,
them?
you can't understand me.
What was the deal? What did you say?
They said that they're tired and they're going to take a rest and we can hold him and then they'll cover us next time. You get me?
So what's the plan then? We wait until
They're going to have a rest. We're going to hold this dragon fairy. They're going to have a rest. We're going to hold it. And then they'll catch us on the next one.
As in, we're just gonna hold it? What do you mean by hold it? Do they?
Like, Craig literally face palms and is like looking at the camera like, fucking hell. He doesn't say that.
His eyes say it.
The eyes say it
He's
all.
just he just gets bleeped.
Listen to me now, right? They are going to give us the fairy dragon back to us to hold, while they have a rest, they're going to rest and go to sleep. Whilst we hold the dragon will be in our possession. They will go to sleep, and then we will look after the dragon whilst they're sleeping. They'll be sleeping.
Do they
Yes,
expect us to stay here and hold it, or do they want us to take it to their leader? That's my question.
I think I was going for the take it to the leader, but
I think they were implying that you could take it to the leader, and they would just take the break.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were standing.
Why were they saying like we'll catch you next time? I thought we were gonna hold on.
No, as in they're gonna give you a favor later.
We were gonna make a dart for it, and then.
Well, you know, they're not the smartest things in the bunch.
This because Craig misunderstood as well. So they're going to give it to us to hold on to for here now. And they'll be sleeping and we'll be holding on to the dragon. And he's like winking and maybe twitching a bit. Like, you get me? You understand? Why am I talking to Edward? Can someone with some intelligence please talk to me?
Hey, whoa.
He sort of scoots around Brody and Edward, and then goes to Alex.
I personally think it's insane that we just stand by two sleeping snakes holding a dragon fairy. I think
I don't mean we have to literally stand next to them. They're gonna go sleep in the bush. We'll just be out here, keeping watch.
Why
snakes?
Have you agreed to this?
Oh my god, we can just leave. Why is everyone so dumb? Like, they're gonna be sleeping. We can scarp it. I hope they don't understand common.
I think you're about to get written up if you keep talking like this. You're about to get a warning, bud.
Look, I don't care. We are in a ridiculous situation, and I'm not exactly thinking about work right now.
Fair enough.
Okay, guys, I think I have a plan. How about we just pretend we hold him, and then once they go to sleep, we make off and we're gone.
Literally, like Craig literally slapped himself in the face, like.
Take credit, Craig, for Keith's brilliant idea. Keith has come up with a brilliant idea, Craig, and I don't think you should take credit for it.
Keith, what a great idea! Let's do that.
Keith is over.
Grab him.
See, Greg, was it that hard? All right, listen to the people who have more experience than you at the workplace. That's how you learn as an intern.
Do you? But we're not in the workplace anymore. We all have very limited experience here. Craig, just go grab the damn dragon.
It's in my hand.
What? Is
That's
why I asked for a sack.
There's literally half asleep fairy dragon in his
Alice
hand.
will turn around with a backpack for you to stuff it in with the
there we go.
maps and papers that I have.
Maybe stuff it with care.
Okay, so fair enough. The snakes are like, we'll be seeing you around, kid. You keep it all safe and figured out. We'll catch you next time.
Yeah, see you next time.
You're the best.
I know.
There's enough going on, and then they will literally disappear into the shrubs as this is all going on.
Craig's got like heart palpitations and he's not feeling great right now. That was unnecessarily hard. This is like, I imagine this is like an interview bit, and he's like, that was just really unnecessarily hard. I don't know what happened. It's just the way it went. I just don't know. Like, was I being stupid?
I would like Edward to have a small interview where he just goes, I just enjoyed fucking with Craig for a bit. I honestly got what he meant at the beginning, but it was quite funny to watch the kids.
I think we all did. I just think we enjoyed watching Jamie struggles.
I like the idea that everyone had the interview going like, oh yeah, I worked out from the beginning, but watching the kid, like everyone's agreeing. Like,
So rude.
And it goes to Brody, and Brody just says, we just really had to work that out. That was really tough, jumping through some mental hoops there. But you know what? I think we all got on the same page. I think it's because Greg's not used to communicating because he just got his hearing back here. But now I think this is going to be better for us now that we've actually worked through this.
It's just the kid's got to learn. And that's it.
Love it.
You guys are the best. The best place I've ever worked for. And the only place.
I think this was the most The Office scene I think we've had.
Definitely up there. Definitely up there. So yes, you are in charge of a bag with a fairy dragon stuffed in it, and you find yourselves in the middle of a forest right now with plans. Who knows on that front? But what's your next steps?
From our previous sessions, I remember these wells being important, but I don't remember why they were important.
Yeah.
Really good point. Yeah, you're not sure. I don't think you've had any info as to why.
Calavar and ask him.
I think he's out for the count for a little while.
Can he breathe in there? Does he need to breathe?
Yeah, Alice, get him out of your backpack. Brody goes over to try to get him out of your backpack.
The snakes are still over there, so we can get him out later.
Walk away. Quickly, just walk away.
The last time we walked away towards this well, some weird mimic things followed us.
That's true. Yeah, the last time.
And throw it towards the well to see if anything comes out.
As you do, yes, you pick up a stone and you throw it towards the well. Nothing happens in the moment, and then whoosh! There's a massive whoosh of water that seems to start flooding out of the top of the well for a moment, and sort of is now. I'm going to say about 100 feet in the air right now of water just gushing out of this thing. And it's now looking like it's raining around you as this is going on.
Why?
Oh, that's not subtle.
Not subtle at all right now, no.
Alice holding her ears down so they don't get wet over her hood.
Well,
well.
Well, good job, Edward. Let's just leave this place now that we've ruined it.
Fair enough. Anyone that's sort of watching the geyser going on can make a perception check if they wish.
Yes.
I'll make that.
Grace, that's pretty good. Okay. So it looks like at least a few of you there. So yeah, Brody definitely, Edward, Keith, and I believe even Grace. You do.
I feel like I should roll, but I just.
You're mentally exhausted.
He's mentally done for now. He needs a moment.
He's just sort of like holding his head. He's like,
as this is going on.
God,
bobbing in the geyser in the water at the top of this 100-foot thing that's going on at the moment. There are items like there's glints of something going on, but there's things in the water.
Hey, do you guys see that?
You
I think there's shit in there.
Yeah, there's bits and bobs.
No, like Brody meant. Oh God.
Do you think we could, like?
Not literal. There's stuff in there.
I don't believe you, Conrad.
Okay, Jamie.
Real names. Oh.
Woof, woof. You know it's gotten dangerous when.
If Calavar was awake, he could fly up there and go check that out for us. But
maybe. If only I could reach, and Edward reaches his hand out and mage hand.
Fair enough. No worries.
Go grab. Skadoosh.
Okay. You can only move that 30 feet away from you.
I will see it there and then be like, oh, and then walk forward a bit more so that I am closer, so then it's up high.
You can get 30 feet up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's your problem right now. Yeah. So
Someone give me a boost.
Edward puts you on his shoulders.
I could throw you up.
How high is this well that it's like 30 feet up?
It's a 100-foot geyser of water that's in front of you guys. Is what's going on?
Oh.
Just jump into the geyser. You'll go all the way up to the top. Theoretically, if it's powerful enough.
Actually, if that's the case, Alice, can't you float? Why don't you jump into the geyser?
I don't like water now that I'm a cat.
I made that choice in that moment.
I guess I am the smallest and lightest and most likely to be propelled upwards.
You're also the most valuable to the company. And if you want to, you could dictate this to somebody as the boss.
I did make the statement before that whilst in the Witchlight, it is a democratic system, and then we return to autocracy as soon as we get back to the office. So,
if you fall, I can help. Don't worry.
Okay, is Edward going into the geyser?
Edward just like turns to Brody and just like, toss me in, and he like goes in like a T-pose.
I pick up Edward underneath the arms and say, "All right, on 3, 1, 2."
Okay, you are launched towards this geyser. Yeah, a geyser can lift 300 pounds of weight. You are instantly thrown up to the top. And then there's a moment there where Edward, where you're literally floating in the air 100 and then 120 feet up as you've gone past the top for a moment. Make a perception check as you're looking around.
Screaming.
Oh.
Yeah, there's no focus. I am just panicking.
Yeah, no, fair enough. No worries. Yeah, you're floating in midair for a moment, and then you're coming back down. There is the possibility of a trinket on the way through here as you're coming back in. Let's see how you do. You're gonna go. Just go for a slight hand check or something like that, or a dex. Probably just the standard dex here on this one.
Is Edward falling 120 feet?
Right now,
No,
he's falling.
water.
He's going to be falling 20 feet into the water right now
Okay.
at the moment. Yeah.
Damn it.
Whoa, no, there was something shiny that glinted
terrible.
past you as you're going past. But now you're desperately trying to bob on the top of the water, Edward. What are you trying to do? Is you're sort of like up at the top of this geyser, and you're struggling to keep yourself there at the moment.
I'm gonna try and like, if I can, try and push like a mage hand through the top of the geyser and like try and grab things like I'm bobbing for apples kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you can definitely try once for that and see how you do. So let's make a we'll go for another dex and see how you can do with the mage hand and see what you can do.
13?
13. You think you got something with it. And now you're still sort of bobbing away up there at the moment. What's the plan for getting down?
First of all, I'm gonna just like use the mage hand to like toss the thing out so it's like it falls.
Yep, you see something get thrown to one side, Brody, as that's going on.
Brody goes to catch. I don't know if he does, but he's gonna try.
No worries on that one. Yeah, you can make a dex check as well. See how you do for catching something that's coming down in the moment. Oh, okay, Brody. Yeah. It's sort of like there's that slow motion moment in an 80s movie as he's sort of like diving for the item as he makes the run. But yeah, you absolutely catch it out of the air. Noticing at the same time, Brody, one of these golden light things starts floating down towards you, like whee.
Whoa!
As this is all going on, Edward. Meanwhile, what's the plan? What's Edward's plan here as this is all going on for?
Well, he would want to try and grab more things, but I feel like logically Edward would be kind of losing his balance on top of this balancing guy.
It's incredibly hard to do a lot of stuff up there. Yes.
Yeah. So I think Edward's just gonna call down to Alice and be like, "I'm gonna have to trust you to catch me because I don't think I can get any more things up here. I can't focus enough. I'm bobbing like a mad thing."
And as he says, literally as Edward says that, the water stops. And yeah, he's plummeting towards a well right now as this is all going on.
I want him to get super, like, quite close to the well, thinking he's going to fall in first. Before I do anything.
You certainly have.
I'm just watching it happen, and then I'm like, oh, fine.
Alice. Brody runs over to the well.
I'll just go, oh.
And then yeah, you watch as this as Edward slows down just at the last moment, Brody, and sort of drops down towards you. Meanwhile, Brody,
because Alice did that. That means that I can't try to catch one of the other trinkets because I was trying to catch Edward instead, right?
Yes, fair. On that one, but as you're doing that, Brody, you're noticing, this will-o-wisp thing, this golden light thing is following you around as this is all going on. Wherever you go, it seems to go at the moment. Edward, you are safely touched down to ground as this goes on.
Oh God. No, that wasn't scary at all. Actually, it was actually really fun, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. Yeah, definitely.
Oops.
Don't worry, no one notices the screaming.
Yeah, it must have been screaming of joy, right?
Oh yeah, it was. Like on a roller coaster when you're having a great time, like yay.
You sounded like you're having a great time.
Anyway, more importantly, what did I throw? What did I get? And I turned to Brody.
Yeah, Brody. Yeah, you do you palm it out towards him or?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I didn't really look at it because you were falling almost right after I caught it, but I did do a really cool pose. I don't know if you saw, like, if you ever played Legend of Zelda, where Link hold up an item, da-na-na-na, like I caught it. It was really awesome, but no one was really looking at me. But I know in my heart of hearts that it looked cool. Anyway, here, and I show him what he threw.
Okay, fair enough. Edward, you can now roll a D100 for me, please.
Exciting.
What randomness are we going to get?
53.
53. Okie dokie. In this way, it is a strange smoking pipe, it looks like, made of some sort of a tree root.
Huh. Was hoping for something a little bit more shiny, if I'm being honest, but
Brody's eyes are like
I'm just gonna look from the pipe to Brody and just be like, it suits you more than me, and then
I was running out of papers, thank you. And he instantly packs it with some weed and goes to smoke a little bit.
Fair enough. As you do that, no problem, with a glowing ball of light just floating around you as this is all going on.
Oh yeah, this thing is following me now too. That I caught the pipe.
Oh.
I don't really know what it is. Brody is actually gonna reach out and see if he can't touch it.
Yeah, fair enough. You can definitely try on that one, and you will get a little bit of a shock. Let's see how that's gonna do. Okay. It crit and hit you for a lot on that one. So yeah, you get blasted.
Fucking shift.
I don't have any.
Then Brody's down.
Oh man! As he goes, and he just gets blasted
Edward
by this thing as this goes on. But yeah, Brody is out for the count.
Holy
as you guys
shit.
turn around.
Grace, a plaster, maybe.
I have none of those.
Amazing.
Oh, I have no healing spells at all.
I have those also.
Can I run and try to administer CPR? Is that something I can do?
Yeah, you absolutely can try. Yeah, you can do a
Seems like something you'd have.
you can do a
like-
medicine check. Yeah, see how he does.
Actually, I was too busy thinking about other things during our last our last meeting. Grace, do you know how to do this properly?
Hey, when I start rolling,
I am
death saves,
not
I think
the
it's been
designated first aider.
seconds, I think I got to roll a death save, right?
Yeah. Give me a. You got to do it as a hidden roll, but yes, you can absolutely do one.
I clicked ghost, but it still showed me what it was.
You saw it. No one else did.
Yeah,
in that
that's a
case,
self roll. I think it's the ninja.
yeah, it's blind. The blind
Okay,
GM roll
here
is
we
the
go
one.
again. Then this is what it really is.
What was it? What did you roll?
Grace, give him mouth to mouth. Use your trunk to blow up his lungs. Come on.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I've got that, Brody. That's come through this time.
I don't know what that one was, but my first roll to me was a 12. So we'll see.
Oh,
On that one, but yeah. So
great.
is anyone trying a medicine check in the moment?
Grace.
No, I'm really bad at medicine.
Oh my god, I'll do
Oh
it.
my-
Jesus.
Okay.
I don't have medicine.
Alice, make the roll.
No.
Okay, Brody, you need to make another death save for me, please.
I thought it was just me that put off going to that first aid training course. Apparently, the whole office didn't go.
Yes, they're all arguing over the top of
his
it.
hands in his head. He's like sort of running around, not running, but like walking around going, oh my god, oh my god.
Oh, I do it again? Oh my god, who did that one? Oh my god, thank god.
Fair enough, Keith. Yeah, with that, you think you may have stabilized Brody in the moment, as this
I
is
thought you had to be. I thought you had to be proficient in medicine.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, technically, but yeah, we'll give him some leeway with a 17. It's fine.
I didn't have proficiency either. That's just my wisdom.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
No one knows what they're doing.
But yeah, Brody, give me one last death save, then let's see where he's at.
Wait, a death save?
Mhm.
I didn't stabilize it?
Not with what was going on with between all of you not having proficiency, so that was getting a bit thing. Okay, yeah, fair enough on that one. So yeah, anyone else attempting anything to try and even Brody out?
Oh my god! What do I got? Am I?
I have nothing left.
Neither do I. I have no spell slots, no
No potions. I don't even have a first aid kit.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, I can medicine check again, I guess. And try and get
Why
do
is
it well.
everything in my bag useless?
Funny as that, bro.
Oh wait, I know what to do. You have to breathe smoke on him. That's what you're gonna do. Breathe
Yeah.
smoke on him.
Oh yeah, Edward's gonna like just grab the pipe, take a huff, and just go, just blow weed straight into his face.
Well, fair enough.
Only even
Wait.
transformed yet.
Wait. I admit. Oh god. I pour into his mouth the sparkly gold potion that I got in the festival. But I have no idea what
I
it
got a
is.
cupcake and shove in his face. I don't know if that really.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah.
Could be
So
a healing potion for all I know. I don't know.
No. That's absolutely fine. That's absolutely.
Is he?
He's just gonna choke on these things. We're killing him.
Oh my god. As this goes on and you pour this gold sparkly potion all over Brody, you woke up choking on whatever's being poured down your throat, but you do come around with one hit point.
See, I did it.
Oh god!
Well done, Alice. Well done.
Oh,
You saved him.
What happened?
don't touch the light things. It zapped you, and then you died. And Grace didn't have any more plasters, and we didn't know what was happening.
Oh my god, Navi, why? You never do that to Link. Ow.
Oh god. Okay, let's get away from these things, and also the snakes, because they might wake up now.
So you're you Brody, you're up with one hit point as this is all going on. There are still a bunch of these strange light things around, but what do you guys do in the moment?
run.
Run. Yeah, we've got to run.
Okay.
We've got to
Towards
get away.
where we were going. I can't remember.
Heading
Where we
towards
were.
downfall a bit with distance. Okay, yeah, no worries. As you do start making your way off, I'm going to say you get to about here when you realize that one of these gold light things is following you guys.
Ah, fucking damn it.
Maybe that's just its way of making friends.
That's not friendly. Brody, don't talk to it. Just ignore
I mean, also, you know what? Consent is key. I didn't ask. So maybe I just got what I deserved. You know, my first time being tased, not gonna lie, it's bad. But
That's surprising.
Why is this your first? Yeah.
well, I mean, first involuntarily. I did it a couple of times for funsies.
Who voluntarily gets tased?
Listen, life is all about experience, Grace, okay? I would not know to compare that to being tased had I not been tased in the past.
I mean, don't kink shame,
Also,
Grace. Like,
the police
some people are actually
gave
into
me
this.
$20 to spend at Sizzler.
Just throw the pipe
on
away.
a
It's clear.
gift card that expired last week.
It's clearly attached to that pipe. Just throw it away. Is it? It's just a
No.
pipe.
No!
Okay, then your funeral, I guess.
You know what? You know what? Fine. I turn to the thing
Mm-hmm,
and I say, "Hi, I don't know if you have a name. I will call you Navi until you tell me otherwise. But my name is Brody. I'm sorry that I tried to poke you. I was just curious. Can you talk? Do you understand me? Can you bob up and down for yes?
You
Maybe side to side for no?
You don't seem to get any reaction. It seems to be spinning quite quickly, if that means anything. But yeah, it's very hard to tell right now.
Strong silent type. But like, is it trying to attack me now or no?
No, it doesn't appear to be. It seems to be just there, following you as you go at the moment.
I take out the pipe and I hold the pipe all the way out to my right. Does it seem like it's following the pipe or is it following me?
You do see a sense of it change direction as you do that, yes.
Okay, so yeah, you know, it's just hanging out with my new pipe. It's fine. I mean, Edward, do you want to use your magic and grab anything else out of the well? We can all have one of these.
I just want to get out of here now. I don't want any of these things near me, if I'm being honest, but I will tolerate that one for you.
Brody's hair, by the way, is still in the bun, but the bun is sticking straight up.
Do you just have like a cone on top of your head?
It's more like fanned out.
What's the guy in Naruto called?
How does it look?
It looks bad.
It's definitely a bit frazzled as this is all going on. Okay, so yeah, it sounds like you guys move further on, heading towards downfall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, you realize, Brody, that after a while it does give up the chase and seems to sag and sort of move away from you as it seems to, as you get to a certain point.
Okay, bye. I'll cherish the pipe always.
And yeah, disappears into the thickness of the marshes as this seems to go on. As you guys press on further and further, you start to realize now that the fog's starting to get heavier and heavier around you as this is all going. And coming up ahead, you think you can hear singing? Yeah. You think you can hear singing up ahead? I'm gonna guessing that's Alice is picking that up. But actual singing this time.
I don't know if I probably would. Do you want me to make a perception check?
Oh, you can. Yeah, you can make a perception check. Is it on that one? Yeah, I was literally going off of your passive on a 13, but that's fair enough.
Oh right, okay, that's fine.
My passive is 14.
Oh, you would certainly be picking it up as well. So no, it's no problem.
Oh.
But yeah,
is it nicer singing than what we just heard from the crazy devil?
100%. Certainly sounds better than that. As this is all going on. Yes, definitely.
Oh, I'm human again.
Oh no! It's because I set this up.
My beautiful boy. He returns.
He returns for a moment, but alas, no, he will be taken from you, and we'll put him back in. Comes from setting these things up a few weeks ago. Right? Yeah, there we go. And your size is wrong as well. Oh man, we're gonna get used to having smaller versions. There we go.
I'm so small.
Got to be done. Along with the cat person being small as well. Yeah. So it's not actually that it's dark out there, guys. It's just that this is the amount of vision range you get from how thick the fog is around you, if that makes sense.
Can anyone hear singing again?
Over in that
like
sort of that general direction, you're hearing something going on.
Okay.
Is it an individual or like a chorus?
No, it sounds like an individual singing on that one.
Okay.
Not the best singing in the world, but not bad.
Like kitchen singing.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. They seem to be idle singing and some strumming of an instrument of some description. Oh, blimey, Brody, you're chill touching something, or?
Oh, sorry about that. I went to change the number of sling bullets that I have. Instead, it's key binded to 1 for me. So.
No. I think you're still on blind roll, by the way, for next time.
Yes,
we
that's
didn't
fair.
see that, so
duly noted.
Yeah. Okay, let's go towards the pleasant singing. I think they might know a way out of this fog.
Shout out to it.
Yeah, you see there's you can see there's like a stream or something going along here. There seems to be more water than you've had previously going on, if that makes sense. So there is some sort of a stream coming up as you're making your way. There's a log that seems to sort of go over the top of it, if that makes sense.
Hello.
The singing continues unabated in the moment as that's going on. Hello? And so then another voice another voice sort of says hello, and you see someone's calling out as this is going on.
Hi.
Where are you?
Where are you?
Yeah, that's a question. Where are you?
We're over here.
Stick together.
Find your buddy. Make sure you don't lose your buddy.
But yes, coming up ahead of you guys, once you get a little bit further across the actual log, there are a group of I'm going to say frog type people in boats. Is the best way of it, on a little lake, which will be coming up in a moment as you get a bit closer.
Well, this map's much bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
Same for me. I definitely didn't realize it was as big as all that.
Ah, frog.
Frog.
So yes, you can see the first frog, and just a little bit further beyond them there is another set of frogs, and they start calling out to you as I'll bring him forward, so it makes it a little easier. And he sort of he comes over and looking at you all and says, "Oh my, travelers to Downfall, welcome. What brings you this way? Are you lost?
Yes.
Much.
Oh,
Very.
What?
you wouldn't be the first. You won't be the last. Well, maybe some of the land dwellers over there could help you out. On that side, there's a few people guarding the balloon up to the north over that way. If that's of use to you, they may be able to put you in the line. Or if you need to see the king, follow the side of the lake round. You'll eventually get to him. If need to see the court.
The king.
Oh, king. That's Tally.
The soggy court?
Yes, that's the name of our court. Yes, the wondrous thing that is. Absolutely.
Should we get Tally out and show them Tally? Should we?
No. Maybe.
No, wait, no. Frog people. He was friends with frog people, right?
Yeah.
One of them helped him escape. You know that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, the rest of them, you don't know all the ins and outs, but you assume that he may well be wanted by some of them at least.
Hey, do you know Frunk?
The frog. I don't believe I've had the pleasure, sir, but No, the name doesn't ring a bell. But is he a member of the court or one of its founders, or a friend?
Do not know. We just met him a ways back. He's one of your people, so I didn't know if maybe he had come from this direction.
He may be.
I may be a little electroshocked. Maybe mixed signals in my brain. I got electrocuted recently. We're a whole bunch.
Oh dear, that sounds terrible. What happened to you, sir?
You know what? I touched something I shouldn't have. I'm man enough to admit it. Shouldn't have done it, but I did it.
Were you thieving? And he sort of looks at you with his eyes sort of narrow a little bit as this is going.
No. It was a floating ball that was following me. I thought it wanted friends. It did not want to be friends, or it did, and it just plays rough. I don't know.
More of a misunderstanding by the sounds of it, then. Well, you're probably not cursed, then, sir, which is probably a good thing.
Probably.
Oh.
The mistress of this place doesn't take kindly to things going wrong, although she has been missing as of late for a long while, which is probably for the best. He sort of laughs out as he it seems awkwardly making that comment as it's going on.
Yeah. Can you take us across to the habited place?
Make a persuasion check. You could try. You think it would have to be in one at a time, or because they're not the biggest boats in the world, but it could be done.
Persuasion, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
As he does that, Brody's gonna spark up, and he's gonna smoke a little bit of weed out of his new pipe, and he's gonna cast Healing Word on himself.
Nice on that one. Well, I don't see why my friend here, Zork, could do a little bit of travel, couldn't you, sir? Maybe for a favor or something, couldn't you? And his colleague down here looks at him, looking a bit like, and he says, well, I suppose I could do it. On that one. But, yeah, you think they're offering one at a time? They would take you across the part of the lake and take you somewhere that might be more useful?
Thanks. Okay. Who wants to go first?
I'll do it. Brody just lumbers into the boat. He's still really hurt. Maybe not thinking too coherently.
Too coherently as that's going on. No worries. Yeah, Brody, you get ferried across the lake. They take you up to the side of the lake, and it's a very strange sight that you can see up ahead as this is all going on. I would describe it as coming up on one side of you. There is a bunch of like stools and stuff, and there looks like there may be a group of frogs, some in armor, some in regal gear, and what looks to be a small crocodile seems to be up ahead, if that makes sense. Once the others reach you, I'll bring it, or I'll change the viewing for everyone in one hit. So, but yeah, this all sort of happens as that's going on. Anyone that, as they're going across the lake, wants to make a perception check, they can, if that's if they're paying attention.
I feel like
You're looking around,
Brody's
right?
too much out of it to do that, so he won't.
Yep, no problem. It's people that feel they are not so good. Oh, Alice. Okay.
Grace is trying very hard.
You got 17 as well. I mean,
Craig.
I got 17.
Yeah,
you did.
Yeah.
Got the same dice because we're boring.
Fair enough. So,
Father and son.
Craig.
Yeah, that's right.
Craig and Alice, then, as you're going across the lake, you realise that there is it seems like an unnatural fog in the middle of the space, in the middle of the lake that doesn't seem to let up. However, what you do catch sight of is there seems to be at least 2 washing lines that seem to be going from the outskirts of some of these buildings and seem to be going up into the air into this fog that you're seeing in the middle of the space.
Why are you trying to dry clothes in fog?
Well, we have to do something for Bavlorna, otherwise she gets pissed. But they're not ours. We have to leave them for her.
Why? Where's it go inside the fog?
Oh, that's where Bavlorna's place is in there. She lives above us all, if that makes sense. She's got a little hut up there somewhere. But most of us don't go visiting. Yeah, she keeps pretty much to herself. Yeah, most of the time. Leaves us to be most of the time, unless she wants something. The other thing that you do pick up, and I think that's all of you do, you pass what looks to be a giant air balloon on the other side of the lake, as well as you're going across. So there's literally, it seems to be like a big ball-shaped object floating with a little hammock thing underneath it for like you would expect from an air balloon kind of thing off to one side, and then a couple of these other buildings as you guys sort of reconvene on this other on this other shore, where you can see Brody and Craig, who are the earlier ones, staring at some of these guys that seem to be in armor.
Oh, that's beautiful.
On that one, and one that seems to be in sort of even more powerful armor, shall we say?
Oh my
god! Surrounding what looks to be someone that looks of a very royal-looking guy, along with his pet crocodile, which would be another thing that seems to be going on. And they all seem to be like muttering and murmuring as the boats have been going back and forth. And Craig and Brody, you've picked up some of them. They're like. Seems like some are humans. How intriguing. The other odd thing, Brody and Craig, that you've been trying to get your head round as that's all been going on, is on the other side of you, there is like a gangplank. And behind that gangplank are a bunch of frog heads on sticks. And they all appear to be sort of staring and watching you guys as you're sort of making your way here. And there is this other strange sort of creature in front of them that seems to be like sitting on the side of the wooden planks, looking at it. To say this is a weird sight is
and I'm like pulling his coat, like what?
You know when you in Star Wars when you walk into the cantina, you have that feeling going on right now as this is all happening around you.
Hey guys,
hey Greg, my hand smells purple. Is that normal?
You don't. It probably is here. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, you're probably right. I ate a shroom.
Fair enough. So yes, this is the point where you're slowly but surely you're all gathering, trying to collect your thoughts at the strange cacophony of weird things that you're seeing in front of you at the moment. But yeah, what do you guys get up to?
Hi.
A lot to unpack.
It is a lot to unpack. I'll definitely give you that.
Yeah, and just like hi.
You're heading towards the court, or towards the strange undead frogs?
Nowhere near that. I'm pretending it's not happening, and I'm going towards these guys.
Yeah.
Hi, we're travelers. Sorry if we ever disturbed you in any capacity. That was not our intention at all.
So this the big guy in the giant armor sort of waddles his way over to you, and he says, "Who are you? And you are now in the presence of King Galoop the 19th. You will bow now."
Okay.
We're with
Edward.
King Keith the Great.
Edward, full 90 degrees.
Actually, it's Ig on the Fort. Is that the name?
Yeah, the crown and everything. He was crowned king recently.
And he sort of looks and then sort of looks back and says, "One moment." And he pulls back and goes up to the side of the king here and starts whispering in the ear. There is some mumbling for a moment, and then there's sort of like there's some nodding, and then he says, "The king is willing to speak with the royal people coming from the Witchlight Carnival. You are welcome in his presence. Follow
Do
me.
I still have the crown they used to crown me?
Not that you can see, but for some reason, Keith, they are literally they are literally following this as a thing. So they clearly know something that or are aware of something from what's going on here. So yes, it is obvious to them if it's not obvious to everybody else right now.
Brody shoots some finger guns at Keith.
So I will walk up and make like a slight bow, like enough to be polite, but not enough so that I seem like underneath the person that I'm talking to, like just like a small one.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You feel it. You feel it is noted as you go, and he says, "Welcome to the Soggy Court, sir. It is a pleasure to meet you." And
it is a pleasure to meet you, King. What may I call you?
I am King Galoop the 19th.
King
you are
Galoop
welcome
the
here.
19th. I am Keith the Great, King of the Witchlight Carnival, leader of the Harengon under the name Aegon the Fourth. Was that it, or is that a Game of Thrones thing that I'm just throwing in there?
It is Aegon the Fourth. Yeah, so that's so yeah, you're kind of there, and you're in the right ballpark. He sort of looks at you and says, "Interesting, coming to these lands crowned as you are, and also now claiming to be the leaders of the Harengon. Very interesting, very interesting. Don't you think, Snooky?" And he sort of starts petting the alligator off to one side as this is going on. As this is all going on. And what brings you, sir, all this way to my kingdom? He's sort of very pointing out on that one. I am only recently crowned, you see. My colleague, the Galoop the 18th, is right over there. And he points at one of the heads. And the head sort of goes, "Hi."
Alice has not moved from his spot, and she's just staring at these heads.
Edward goes behind Brody, so there is at least someone between him and the head.
Brody is flexing and unflexing the hand that was electrocuted and really not paying attention.
King Galoop, Your Excellency, can I ask what's the story behind these heads, and why does it talk?
Well, it's a part of being one of the royals here. You see, you are forever given power to speak your mind, even in death. Much to most people's beguile. As he looks around at his own group around him as this is going on. But yes, we carry on even in death.
Gosh, that sounds exhausting.
It's like the Harry Potter portraits, Edward whispers.
So
I assume it must be so.
How did he end up there? When did you come to power?
Oh, it was a few weeks ago I took power. It was I must say, a very cunning plan that came to fruition. You see, I managed to catch him in a compromising position, and through that compromising position, I was able to oust him from the kingdom and cut off his head.
Oh, like the time I walked in on Grace in the bathroom pooping, except with I didn't cut off her head. I just got yelled at and had to have an HR meeting.
He's like looking at you like, well, I don't know what that would be about, but being caught talking to a wolf person is just not on in this day and age.
A wolf person, you say?
Indeed. How being seen cavorting with any of that kind is just is beyond words. Beyond words. He claimed that he had nothing to do with that strange wolf creature, but clearly he did.
Really?
Yes, there was even a rumor that there was actually one of us dressed up as a wolf. Crazy.
Brody comes down to Edward and says, "I wasn't Team Jacob or Twilight. I was Team Alice."
That's a good shout. She was better than both of them.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
Brody's out of it. Brody is out of it after like you just give y'all a heads up, and
That is
it's mixing poorly with this drug intake.
well, it shows that you're a man of class and excellence, of course.
I am
Never
indeed.
think to afford with something as undignified as a wolf person.
Indeed, sir. Indeed. The very thought of it. As he looks round at the rest, also trying to catch the eye of this undead head that's on a pike. That's obviously his previous person, which seems to give him a bit of a side eye as this is all going on.
But Your Excellency, what I have a request for you. If
You are free to speak in my court, sir. Well, you being as royal as you are.
well, thank you. You see, we are on a mission to have to have words with the person living in that hut over there. I completely forgot her name, but Lorna?
Lorna, yes, yeah, your slack-drawn Lorna. You've heard two names for her, yes, but yes. And then he says, "Oh, interesting. You're willing to try and speak with her at some point. We don't do that very often, but
yes, I would like to discuss maybe a different arrangement for my Herrengon subjects people now that I came to power.
That is interesting. Are they willing to give up their thievery, would you think, now that they're under your rule, sir?
If I command them to, they will, I am sure.
This could be good. And he starts to mutter to a few people around. And you think this is good too, don't you, Snorking? And it's sort of the alligator starts to move around a bit and sort of gets ready for belly rubs. Yes, you're such a good boy.
Just a question.
Sorry, you see Brody go. I can't become an alligator. Yeah.
Oh.
Edward just like gently pats him, but is still like his eyes are like panic moving from the Frog King to the decapitated heads to Alice, who he knows has Tally in the bag and is now concerned about where Tally's position is. He's thinking a lot of things, and it's very apparent on his face that he's panicking.
Yeah. I reckon the camera's like panning around between all of these possible threats as his eyes are like going everywhere as this is all going
They're
on.
so big as well. You can see them moving.
However, in the meantime, before we make our way up there, I would like to ask for some accommodations for me and my compatriots, so we might be able to rest before we go to see her in the morning.
This is of interest to me. We can certainly be thinking along those lines of possibly being able to help on that front. We could offer something along those lines for you, sir. If you would be willing to maybe do a favor in return.
This is Downfall, is it not?
It is Downfall, yes.
Well, funny thing is, on the way over here, we happened to meet two very, very nice snake people.
As you say that about two snake people, he stiffens up a little bit as you do. And yeah, you carry on.
And he mentioned that we might be able to stay here for free under their name, if that's.
And he gets his eyes go a bit narrower. Well, if the snakes, if the snakes said so, I guess we will accommodate, won't we?
Of course, we don't want to impose. I see, sensing a little bit of hesitation or fear in his.
No, nonsense.
If you need us to do something in order to make this worth your while, of course, we will try to accommodate that into our schedule as well as we can.
Can I pet your alligator?
That will be on Snorking to decide, but maybe, sir. If you place your hand out close by and he doesn't go for the snap, it would be possible, sir. Meanwhile, Sir Keith, will you join me and we'll have a quiet talk without the court around for a moment, just for a moment, sir. And
I'm just gonna say to the alligator, he's over there as well. Hey, don't bite Brody. He's feeling vulnerable right now.
Brody, you can make an animal handling check as Keith. Yeah, do you accept the king's request to sort of move away to the side for a moment, away from the court?
Of course, and I'll give a look at Alice and Grace. As in, to kind of give them a sign, if I yell, please come and help me, otherwise I'll die.
Alice has not paid attention. She is staring at this creepy heads and this creepy ass thing with lobster claws the entire time.
That's fair enough. It seems to.
Grace will wink and give you a thumbs up with the trunk.
Nice.
Of course, my excellency. Of course, I will take you up on that offer.
Okay, so yeah, Keith, you are taken there. Brody, its eyes go narrow for a moment, and then it literally flops over, waiting for belly rubs, as far as you can tell.
Yup.
Delightful.
Yes, we're doing this, everybody.
Oh. It's just it's definitely happy. You think this may be one of the most spoilt creatures in the entire world.
And this is what Brody does for the rest of the time he's here.
Fair enough on that one. So, Sir Keith, anyway, thank you. There would be a favor I would ask of you. My court have come into possession of something that we believe may belong to Bavlorna. And we've been troubled with how to return it without having issue, you see. We think it was actually part of the work of the previous king may have taken or come into possession of it, and it's now in my possession. However, I don't feel comfortable having something from her. I would see whether or not, Sir Keith, you would be willing to try and return this item anonymously.
May I speak frankly?
Of course. The court are not here.
Is this something that belongs to her that you are afraid might have been stolen, and do you fear her retribution if you are the one presenting it to her?
I would not want any of those sort of aspersions coming in my court's direction. Yes, so you as a third party returning such an item would please me.
Well, as I am sure you know, us Harangon are also under her protection. We have a deal with her, so it would be the same coming from us as it would come from you, would it not?
Well, only in that at the moment she doesn't know where or how it has gone missing. So what we're working on is that she doesn't know that our people have it, and the fact that it is returned, she would be happy, and everything would be eventually clear. I would be very appreciative.
Now, may I ask you what this item is that you have of hers?
It's a book, sir. A book of some degree. Apology, I cannot understand the writings myself, but we are pretty sure it's of her. Exactly. But it's of course something that we don't want to be found with, if that makes sense. So using you as a mediator would be a very good thing, and maybe in the process this would gain you some favor. This is something you found and are returning. Perhaps that would go down well with her.
Can I roll an insight check? Is this guy trying to get one over on me?
Yeah, absolutely. You can definitely roll an insight.
James, can I roll an insight check to see if this alligator likes me?
Absolutely, you can.
God damn it.
Ah, okay, yeah. The king is hard to read, and from Brody's point of view, you are well aware that whoever's giving it affection at that point is its best friend. You are right now its best friend.
Yes.
Yeah. The king is very hard to read as this is going on. Alice, meanwhile, over on your side, this creature that is on the deck of the fencing on that side sort of looks up at you for a moment and sort of you take it in. Make a perception check while that's going on.
Okay. Damn it. 12.
12. You know enough of what's going on that it is stuffed with straw. If it wasn't something out of Wizard of Oz, you'd be sure you were looking at some sort of very strange scarecrow that is going on. But it's sort of looking up at you and on that one, and it says,
"Hi there. Horrible day, isn't it?"
As Alice is like, "What?
Yes? How are you speaking? You have no face."
I know, it's terrible, isn't it? But I'm able to do it anyway. I'm sorry if I've depressed you.
Well, I wouldn't say you depressed me at all. You just kind of scary, I suppose.
Oh, yeah, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of made up from all sorts of random bits, you see. This isn't even my head. It's sort of pointing
up at its head area, and it's like, yeah, whatever strange thing that it's got there at the moment, there's some sort of strange fruit or nut-shaped thing that it's got going on is out of proportion, along with the hands and everything else.
Why are you here in Frogland?
I'm just chilling. These guys don't bore me so much.
And there's literally the undead frogs behind him are sort of like, and some of them are laughing, others are chattering, others are looking at it like angrily as this is all going on.
Okay. If you need anything, we're here.
Yeah, sorry to disturb you. Didn't mean to bring you down.
Yeah, you're doing a good job, whatever you're doing. Okay.
As that's going on. Meanwhile, back with Keith and the king. Then, he's wondering, how you're feeling about his offer. He's willing to offer you offer some lodgings for the night if need be. On that front, that's no problem.
Very, very well. I will take the book into my possession and I will give it to her as we go up to her.
Okay, no problem. Yes.
Could you deliver this to me as soon as possible? Just
it's
so I can.
The king literally will palm it out in the moment and try and offer you this strange leather book.
Can I, is there anything on the cover? I don't actually want to go through it right now.
No, nothing on the cover that's very, very obvious. There is a large sort of like a gem on the front of it, but barring that, nothing else. There's a red gem that you can see on the leather cover.
I will put it into my cloak of billowing because it has pockets on the inside. I have just decided.
Excellent.
And I'll say, thank you, Your Excellency.
And says,
now,
please feel free to wander around Downfall. This is now, we are your hosts. They will definitely see you, Sir Keith.
Well, thank you. I will make my rounds, meet your people. And I would like to thank you for your hospitality.
You are most welcome. Most welcome. As all this is going on, Brody, you're you're doing your bit here with the alligator and doing all of that. One of these guys comes over to you on one side and kind of sort of like might want to have a quick read of this when you can, and pops something into your pocket, and so like shh.
What? Shh.
And it sort of he starts moving off.
You shh.
He starts to wave you away.
I was your second.
But yeah.
Go back to petting the alligator.
No problem. Yeah, so he wanders off. That's no problem, as that's all going on. Meanwhile, so the rest of you, you see Keith start making his way over and back to you all, leaving the king's side as this is all going on. It seems like you're free to move around the town if as you wish at the moment, from what you can tell.
Alice is tugging on Grace and just going, "The scarecrow talks. The scarecrow lobster man talks."
Oh God, that's awful. My head was having a breakdown next to you.
That's terrifying. What did it say?
It was quite nice, actually. He apologized if he was scary. That's not his head or his body. I don't know what's going on.
Wait, what do you mean that's not his head or his body?
He's made up of different... Can you not see the straw? He's like a scarecrow. So I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot going on with this creature. Yeah, it's strange head, strange claws. It's really weird, and straw busting out of every possible point.
Alice, also, I think Sir Tally might have an issue when he wakes up in your bag, because I think the king he served is the one whose head's on a pike, not this guy, if what he says makes sense in regards to time.
I don't think he served this.
This is the bad place, right?
There. Yeah.
This is where he didn't want to go.
I thought he served the soggy court.
No, he definitely said that he is a knight errant of the Sealy Court.
The Sealy Court.
Yeah,
okay, sorry,
a loyal vassal of the Summer Queen. That's okay. There's a lot going on.
This is where the snakes were going to take him, right?
Correct. The snakes were going to bring him here.
This is bad place.
Okay, so then we keep Tally hidden as much as possible. Okay, cool.
Should we maybe tell Tally that?
Isn't he unconscious in Alice's bag?
Yeah, so when he wakes up in a nondescript bag, not knowing who's got him.
Why don't we leave him a note in the bag, and he can read it?
Well, in the meantime, Keith and Brody, so Keith comes back to Brody as this is all going on, and then,
So,
Brody's lying down next to the alligator.
Yeah, I'm coming back, and I'm looking around, and I'll, clap in my hands. Frog people, your king has granted us hospitality. Show me and my compatriots to our quarters, please, so we may freshen up before we start exploring your exquisite town.
Alice says, "Why is he talking like that?"
Power's got to his head. I don't know.
Visitors, you are to follow me to the quarters that will be assigned to you.
Very well, Sir Knight.
And he sort of he will start wandering you over this way. That's no problem.
Brody gets up and waves to the alligator. Bye.
Alice will wave at the scarecrow before she leaves, very awkward, she feels like she should. And
it does. It waves back at you, quite pleasantly, with the clapper.
Lobster claws.
Yeah, with the lobster claw going on. Absolutely. On this one, and
oi, you two! Time to get out. Order of the king. Out.
And these two that are in here, and they look like they were lounging, are like, what? And they look, oh man, not again. And they start having to make their way. Excuse me. And they'll start making their way outside.
I step in. Is this an alligator pit?
There appears to be a water section at the back, and it does look like there is a crocodile or something in the water at the back on that one. Mind yourselves, but stay in these quarters as you see fit. You are welcome to make your way round Downfall as you see fit. Welcome!
Thank you, Sir Frog Knight.
Oh, is this one friendly? I walk over to the thing.
On that one, you look in there. I mean, it definitely looks like it's like like literally just sort of sunk to the head level, if that makes sense. So there's just the eyes and the nose sort of poking up, Brody, as this is all going on that one. But you want to make an animal handling check?
Sure.
Oh no.
Okay, make an animal handling check. 22. Yeah, Brody, this one seems to... It swims around a little bit. You can tell it must be well fed, but it seems to like... yeah, it seems to sort of bob up and be like interested in that you're there, but doesn't seem to be aggressive or in any way as this is all going on.
Brody's just lying on his belly, kind of just looking at it, kicking his feet.
Fair enough. Yeah, as the going is... Says, oh, any questions before I leave your presence?
No.
My loyal subjects, do you have any questions for this good man?
We've lost Grace.
No.
No.
I was electrocuted.
Where's Craig
Not
gone?
a
That's
question,
Craig.
it just happened.
Yeah.
And yes, sorry, I couldn't see his token for a moment. Yeah, so I was lost in the moment. And he says, "Very well, we shall leave you to it." And he will start to clomp his way away as this is all going on. Not a bad sort of place. Fairly warm. Definitely a bunch of cushions around and things like that. It doesn't seem a bad place to have to stay, if that makes sense on that one.
I'll jump on one of the cushions and say, I could get used to this, like finally being treated with some respect. So that's pretty nice.
James, what time of day is it?
Time of day. We've been traveling for a while. I'm going to say it's mid-afternoon at this point.
Okay. I think Brody's gonna fall asleep on the dock and take a little bit of an hour-long power nap.
Okay, yeah, people are going to take the short rest in here while they get a chance. That makes sense.
A rest on the dock with the alligator?
We're friends. It's cool, just like the other alligator.
Okay.
In the meantime, can I go find Alice and tell her? So the king has given me a book that he wants me to give to Bavlorna. It sounds a bit sketchy. Can you maybe check this out? I know you like books, so this
Give
might
me
be
book.
I will give you a book.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Craig's gonna just speak to the alligator.
Fair enough.
He say, "Hey, you're not gonna eat Brody, right?"
And it says, "Nah, he seems like a nice enough guy."
Okay, because he's had a day.
Yeah, I'm not really that hungry right now either. Yeah, he doesn't look that appetizing. What is he anyway? What are you?
What am I? Or what is he?
Both of you. You strange, pinky-colored creatures.
Yeah, people. Have you never seen people before?
No, weird. Definitely the weirdest thing I've seen in a while.
Yeah, I know, and we taste terrible as well.
Oh, I bet you don't taste worse than chicken.
Oh, chicken. Nowhere near as nice as chicken.
Ah, fair enough. No, he's fine.
Okay. I'm just gonna go lie down.
Okay, so everyone's taking the old short rest as this is going on, and Alice, you're you doing anything with what you what's been given over?
I'm gonna try and read the book.
No problem. Let's have a quick check of all the bits here once again. Sorry, bear with me. I've got to find the right bit on the book. Okay, yeah. So it's you kind of peruse, and you're surprised how much of it you do understand as you're looking at it. But it's talking about different people, or you assume are people, and it's someone's handwriting about ways they would want to deal in very graphic detail with their enemies. It is there's some talk about someone called Valorn and how her entrails will be sliced open and used with some magic dice of some description is what it's saying. There's a lot of things like that in detail. It's disturbing stuff as you're reading through it. Yeah,
and it's written in common, I'm assuming.
Yes, it's written in common. Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely saying how this person wants to end certain enemies of theirs. Yes,
I'm reading through it, and I'll read out like the really disturbing bits to everyone as I'm going past it.
Yeah, it gets it's pretty. You don't understand all the words in there, but some of it is like it's pretty graphic. What's going on? Very dark.
Seems like it would go into a nice person.
So is this some kind of diary?
No, it is purely about. It seems like it's a list of people and enemies, and how they're going to be dealt with would be the best way of putting it.
You know, if this is if this is like an evil witch queen kind of thing, which I think we were all thinking she was, right?
You've kind of been thinking along those lines.
Then where's our little dragon friend? Perhaps he can make some sense of this. But now that we have this list of people she hates, perhaps we can use this against her, round up some people that might be able to rise up to her, so we don't have to face her alone. Is that an idea?
Maybe.
Yeah, I guess.
I feel like this is us getting dragged into saving this place. I just want to get out of this place and go home. Why is this our responsibility all of a sudden?
You ever seen The Wizard of Oz? All she wanted to do was go home.
If we tried tapping our feet and saying there's no place like home.
Ed would immediately start doing that.
I don't really have feet anymore per se, so that might be difficult.
I also am sort of responsible for people now, so I kind of feel weird about.
Oh, Keith, you've always been responsible for people.
That's true.
You have a point, but like these people actually treat me nice, so.
Hey, we give you every other weekend off. We treat you nice.
I thought you and Grace were together, but.
Me and Grace?
Alice looks at Craig like, what?
Is that not right? Oh.
I wish I wasn't asleep for this.
That was just one time. It was really scary. It will never happen again.
Scary?
Okay.
As the camera's panning back, yeah. Oh my god.
Craig just shrugs and sort of just lies back down.
Fair enough.
Maybe,
yeah.
Let's maybe tell Tally what's going on though before we make any decisions about going forward, because as Keith said before, he shouldn't wake up in enemy territory not knowing anything.
Sorry if I made that character choice for you, Drew. I just thought probably not to mention it.
It's fine. I was gonna do the same thing.
It can be
We're yes
it could be an
Come on,
awkward
guys,
it could be an awkward kiss at a Christmas party or something, couldn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
But yes, yeah, it cuts to something. Right, but yes. So Keith, yes. So you guys, are you digging Sir Talavar out of the bag?
Yes, but like keeping an eye out if anyone's watching us in through windows or doors. Like if there's.
Yeah, make a perception check as that's all going on. You certainly can.
15.
As far as you can tell, everything's all good. That doesn't seem to be a problem. So yeah, you go digging for Sir Talavar inside the bag, and you see a pair of beady little eyes looking up at you as you open the lid, and he sort of looks and he says, "Am I secret? Am I safe?"
No, you're dead like us.
Yes.
So yeah, he sort of looks at you on that one and says, "I thought
Yes.
I thought I saw my life flash before my eyes with those snakes earlier. I'm assuming you must have freed me. I've been trying to bide my time, and when I saw your face instead of something awful, I was most glad."
I'm pretty sure this is an awful face.
Yeah.
But anyway.
We are
Never
in enemy
let
territory.
anyone tell you that.
We are in the place you didn't want to go, by the way.
Oh God, really? We're in downfall already.
Yes.
We're in the soggy court specifically.
We kind of said to the snakes that we'd take you here. That's how we got you to come with us, not the snakes.
Okay, fair enough. I guess that's a good thing. We may be on a time crunch then. On that front, what have you found out so far?
Keith, take it, because you were talking to the king.
Well, from what I gathered, like not too much. I just like asked for lodging and said we might go see Bevlorna in the morning.
Okay. He seems like feeling awkward at that one. Okay, so we have a little bit of time then. That's a good start on that front.
Yes,
and they've offered up us hospitality. That is also good.
Yes, they have offered up hospitality, and we are free to walk the town looking for whoever we're looking for.
We're looking for someone called Clapperclaw. We must find him. He will be our guide to Hither.
Oh, is he like a scarecrow with lobster claws?
I have no idea. Jingle Jangle didn't give me too much of a description. I just know the name.
These fucking names. So confusing. So hard to remember.
I feel like it does link with the claws. It makes sense. The other guy was Jingle Jangle because he jangled. There's a link of names with personalities, I think, in this place.
People tend to be fairly on point with their description in name sometimes, yes.
I wonder what our names should be in this place.
Maybe you should choose a new one.
No, I'm happy with Alice for now.
I think I'm going to stick with Edward.
Very well, very well. So we know, well, anyway, it sounds like you may have got yourselves involved in an idea of going to see Bavlor. I'm uncomfortable with that one, I must admit. But we do need to find our guide and try and get our way out of here one way or another.
I mean, we do not. If it's not necessary, we don't need to go see her, right?
Oh, thank God.
Leave in the morning.
He's like, yeah, I would like to avoid that if we're...
That's one of the rules, right?
You have had a set of rules on that one. That is definitely.
No, don't say we have to do. So we just have to accept gifts.
Gifts. Yeah, I don't think there was anything about lying in there.
No, we can lie as much as we want. We can't steal, destroy their home, or reject their gifts. Those are the three things.
But we would be stealing if we just left with the book.
No, but it was a gift.
Technically not, because we didn't give a time frame of when we'd give it back.
Very, very true.
And he
love
technically
thinking
gifted it to us to gift to her. And it's our decision about whether or not to gift it to her. So technically, we're fine.
By the rules as written, you seem to think you're on. Yeah, you're probably on home ground, if that makes sense, from that point of view. And at that point, guys, what we'll do is we'll break. We're going to grab our quick drink.
Oh, wait, actually, I'm just reading the rule of reciprocity properly. You are obliged to accept it and offer something of comparable value, be it a gift or a service. No, we do have to give it to her.
Ah, you have offered a service. Well plugged.
Again, we didn't get time frame.
But there is no time frame. Yeah, that's definitely true.
Got to read that fine print.
Terms and conditions apply.
Yeah, exactly.
You've certainly been left to your own devices, so you have your short rest of an hour without any issue. As Brody recovers a bit from whatever is going on, and feels a little better from whatever's going on. I'm assuming how many hit die he spends and does in the time.
Oh wait, how do you short rest now?
Utility. If you go on utility and then short rest.
Yes, but underneath hit dice in your sheet. S rest, L rest.
Yeah,
long rest, yeah.
You can also do it from that little tab, thing as Jess has just said across the top. So you do get utility short rest in there as well. So.
But I want long rest.
Well, you can at some point.
So with arcane recovery, so I can do it in this short rest, right? What does
believe
it actually mean? Do I get all of my spell slots back?
No, you get a spell slot back.
A spell slot back.
It's half of your level.
So yes, only one. That's fine. It's better than nothing.
Absolutely.
So at level 4, you can get up to a level 2. So you can have a level 2 slot or 2 level 1 slots.
Yeah, I only have first level, so one level first. That's better than nothing. Better than nothing.
Absolutely.
I only have one hit die as well, so I can't change that though. I can. I do not get my chronal shift though, so just a warning for everyone: please don't die.
Well, fair enough. Well, you're okay so far. But yeah, you had your short rest. That's no problem. As long as everyone spends the dice they want to spend, you feel a little refreshed. But you still think we've got a few hours till the night.
And he goes, "Oh my god, this cupcake! I thought I ate this."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna eat it now," and he eats it again. Do I get anything back for that, or is it just a cupcake?
You feel nourished. You feel nourished.
I fold up the paper again and put it back in my bag.
No worries.
What flavor was it?
Biscoff.
Nice.
Biscoff and caramel. Hey.
Salted caramel, though, not normal caramel.
Fair enough. Brody, you would obviously come round, having been able to do a bit of resting and recovering some hit die and stuff as well. So that's definitely true. At some point, I'm assuming during this hour thing, you would eventually find the note in your pocket.
Yeah, Brody eventually would, get up and just be like, "All right, wake and bake." And he's gonna reach into his pocket looking for the pipe. He's gonna reach into he's looking, for the pipe in all of his pockets, and that's when he finds the note.
Nice. You pull it out. A little strange set of wording on the front of it. You unfold it, and it says, "Find Illig, the Baron of Muckstump, at once. The revolution lives."
Okay.
Huh. So while you all had this conversation of everything happening there, Brody was just out of it on the deck. Wakes up looking bright-eyed and bushy-tailed because I rolled really well on my hit die. And he walks in and just says, "Hey, I think we've been recruited into a revolution."
We've already got 2 other tasks.
Yeah, and then he'll show Grace and Edward the note.
Tally, do you know who this person is? Do you know Illig?
Sir Talavar says, I do not, but I do know that the Soggy Court has many people that would be wanting power within it. Have you seen the heads yet?
Unfortunately, yes. We have engaged with the heads.
They change ruler more often than I could possibly imagine from my understandings. The one that was here a couple of weeks ago was new. He'd only been in the job a few weeks himself. And then they all seem to end up out there on the with their heads on display.
I got the feeling that was the case, to be honest.
Sounds like Rome.
Frog Rome, yes.
Frog Rome. So we need to find this guy. Maybe he can.
We need to find Snip Snap and Illig.
Maybe Illig knows who Snip Snap is.
Who is Sir Talavar's like? Who is Snip Snap?
You just said to find Snip Snap.
I said Clapperclaw, sir.
Oh.
I genuinely, I feel like I'm going insane trying to remember all these names. Jingle Jangle, Clippity Claw.
So,
they say your words affect your piss.
We had an idea who Clapperclaw was, right? We thought that might have been the scarecrow without a face that talked to you, Alice.
Oh yeah.
So perhaps we could go see him first, and then maybe find this Illig person.
Yeah. Okay.
See what that's about.
He might know who Illig is.
We could split up, I guess.
Yeah.
That never works out in Scooby-Doo. That never works.
I mean, cover more ground makes sense to me. Yeah, let's split the party.
Well, we all don't.
Why wouldn't we?
To think but think about it. We don't all need to go talk to this Snip Snap person. I'm just gonna call him Snip Snap from now on.
It's not like I die every time we split the party.
Okay. How about this? Me, Grace, Craig, and Alice, we go find this Clapperclaw person, and then Brody and Edward, you guys get the important job and get to look for this Illig.
Why do I feel like Shaggy and Scooby in this scenario? Why?
I can become a dog.
There we are.
I don't feel that's divided evenly. I would like a third person, please.
Craig?
Oh no, come on. That's not fair.
Okay, I think we need
feel like
somebody.
you've got this handled.
I think we need somebody semi-intelligent with them. Grace, are you okay to go with them?
Why do people keep questioning our intelligence? I mean, you run the company, Edward.
Yeah, but we've both made some very questionable decisions in our private lives outside of the company, so I understand their
You mean
motivations.
that we attend the school of life and learn via experience?
Coming to this place, I haven't gained confidence in myself. Rather, I've started to realize that maybe I might be a moron, and this is just proving it. So, yeah, I would like an intelligent person with us. Let's take Grace. Just take Grace.
I mean,
Grace,
yeah, that would be Grace or Alice.
I made friends with the Scarecrow, so I'm assuming I would be going to the Scarecrow. I think I made friends anyway. I'm not really good with the whole friend thing. But Grace, you're pretty good at babysitting these two in work as it is, so I think it's a good job for you to make sure they don't die.
Come on,
All right,
kids.
Team management, let's go. Box Company Unlimited.
Okay, so team management are going to be heading out on their prerequisite, and the others on that one. There's no problem. So we'll start with which way, or do you guys think you're going to be heading coming out of the space, if that makes sense as a start point?
So
we need to find someone who we can ask.
Sir Talavar will be invisible, so you don't have to worry about him. But yes, Alice, you know he's close by you as this is all going on.
Team Alice is going towards this scarecrow-looking guy.
Yeah, that's nice and easy. You know it. You know a direction where your guys are heading, so that's fair enough as a start point. But Grace, Brody, and Edward, what about you guys? What are you thinking?
Well, Brody, who gave you that piece of paper? Because they'll know who the hell Oleg is.
Oh, I was petting the alligator.
Right.
And I think it was one of the guards.
Yeah, there was a frog in armor, and the only downside, there were many frogs in armor.
God damn it!
And I truly do not mean this to sound racist, but they all do kind of look the same.
My God.
That's a HR concern.
Yeah, Grace is just shaking her head, like very disappointed in you.
I'm living my truth, okay? I'm not proud of it.
Although we did assume all frog people knew each other when we
when you first arrived.
Here,
yeah, that's definitely true.
Wait, do they not?
Apparently not.
You didn't want to be in our fun group, Greg. Keep walking.
Oh yeah, I'm away. I'm here.
as he's making his way across. No problem. So yeah, you guys start to part ways. That's no problem. But yeah. Craig, Keith, and Alice, nice and easy. You'll be walking past the court, back towards the scary heads and the strange scarecrow. That's no problem.
We walk super casually as well, so we don't attract any attention.
Fair enough.
We know, or with purpose, so we know they're like, oh god, don't interrupt them. They know where they're going.
No problem. You start making your way across. Meanwhile, yeah, Grace, Edward, and Brody, what's the general direction you guys are heading in?
Okay, I think what we should do is just go to any frog and we'll ask a bit about the history and about the politics, and hopefully ask about the aristocracy makeup, and the Baron will come up in that, and then we can be like, oh, that sounds like a cool guy. What's his visual descriptors? And then we'll go find him. That's my plan.
That sounds like a cool guy. What's his visual descriptive, please?
Okay, so do we want to talk to like one of the aristocratic frogs? Are we looking for one of the guards? Do we want to talk to
Robo will pop over there, seems to know a lot, and Edward will point at this guy.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, he seems to be sort of in the general area in his armor, definitely looking around as this is going on. You guys make your way over to him, and
yeah, unless Grace or Brody tells me, Edward will go. He's now have confidence in his plan for some.
Welcome, guests.
Hello. Hi. How are you? I'm Edward. We never got your name, sir. What is your name?
Oh, hang on 1 second. There is a name.
I don't know.
I don't know it. It's not Clanky Clank. No. But I do have a list of names of the bullywugs.
The name is Grumple.
Grumple.
Yes.
Well, it's a very lovely name.
Thank you.
I have some questions about the general political makeup of your town.
I will try and help guests in any way I can.
Brilliant. So you seem to have an aristocracy of sorts.
We do, under the rule of King Gullop the 19th.
Yep. So, do you have any other people of high standing, say, counts, dukes, barons, maybe?
He says, there are many barons within the lands. Some are more recognised than others.
Who are your top three?
There is Baron Troublewick, Baron Mudstunk, and Baron Dunkwalk.
Who are your bottom three?
Yeah,
God. Hang on. Damn you, Conrad. Hang on. 1 second.
Sorry.
The lowest of the low would be counted as Count Bogbottom. And possibly the Duke of Three Rocks.
Those are some bottom names. I gotta agree. Yeah.
Along with the Earl of Stinkwater.
Earl of Stinkwater. Well, actually, we were talking to some people before we got here, and they said that there's a place called Muck Stump. That's the only place I know. That's all I know. So that's all I'm putting out there.
It's a small land here, but yes, there is a Baron of the Monk Stump.
Is he a cool guy? Do you know anything about him?
I understand he has been of late egregious with the king and not happy with certain circumstance. I believe he was asked to leave the court only yesterday.
Oh,
Do you know where
where's
he's gone? Because we want to tell him off on the king's behalf. We don't like people being disrespectful to our host, so we're going to go do a good scolding of him.
Also, where is Muck Stump so we know not to go there?
They say Muck Stump is far to the south of these lands, but if you follow the route round the sides of the place, one of the buildings to the south, I believe it would be under his court.
Cool. We'll either avoid there or go and scold him. We'll ask the rest of our party if they're
one of the two. Yeah, because we're a democracy now apparently.
Yeah.
Very well.
Which means everybody can be mean to us. Edward, everybody keeps calling us stupid directly to our faces. Is rude. They're being rude.
That is rude.
Yeah, they're being rude. And you said we're all equal. You didn't have to do that. You could have just stayed their boss. And you're like, no, everybody here can have an equal say, which is really nice because Greg is like brand new and he's been the most mean.
Fair.
That is true. That is true.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Grumple, for your help. We now know who the bad guys are, and we'll strive to stay on the side of the good, you know?
Yeah, and if we run into any of those top tier barons, we'll tip of their hat and let them know that you spoke so highly of them.
Most welcome. And so as that happens, we will cross to the other group as you guys are making your way across the fences and across the planks as this is going. Alice, you're kind of ahead, and the scarecrow kind of guy sort of looks up again, and it says,
"Hello again. Don't mind me."
Well, we were actually coming to talk to you, friend.
Really? Why?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And he sort of looks up and spots Keith at the back and sort of looks at him and says,
"Oh, God. Have you come back to finish the job?"
Wait.
Rick slowly turns and like cocks his head.
looking at Keith, and it says, he's literally talking to you, Keith, saying, yeah. Have you come to finish the job?
What? I don't know what that means.
Isn't it enough that you already took my head? What more do you want now? You want to take one of my claws, maybe a leg?
I am very sorry. I'm afraid this must be mistaken identity. I did not do anything to you. Like, I literally just got turned into what I am, so
I'm
might
sorry.
Be mistaken me from...
Apologies. I don't have the best eyes when I'm looking through this, but I thought you were the one that had taken my head. I'm sorry. Yes, I can hear you don't sound like him.
Was he a Heragon as well?
Yes, he's definitely one of your kind. Apologies.
Blue scarf?
Yes, that's why I thought that was you.
Oh, well, you'd be glad to know I killed him.
That's the best news I've had in a while.
I'm actually his successor, so I took the scarf and now I'm sort of the leader of the Heragon. But I'm not the person that beheaded you.
You rule them now?
Yeah, I guess you can say that. They listen to me, at least.
Well, if they do listen to you, do you think you might be able to get my head back? I was quite fond of that
What did your
head.
look like?
It was a lovely one. It was made of a pumpkin. Very nice. Nice smiley face on it. This one was just depressing.
Do I remember a pumpkin carved into like the...
No, you don't. You do not. But you are very aware from your conversations you had before. From everyone they steal from, the first things always have to go to Bavlorna and then they keep the rest. So you are aware of that tidbit from what you heard.
Well, I will double check with my people, but from what I've gathered, chances might be that your head might be, at like the Bavlorna's place.
No, I thought that might be possible. How depressing. Oh well. Woe's me. Don't let me bring you down.
Oh.
You have a good day anyway.
Actually, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you carry on. I thought we were leaving. I was like, whoa, we haven't got any information out of him.
Do you have something that would be a functional mouth?
Not in the sense that you're thinking. This is more happening in your minds. I'm pretty good at that kind of thing. Name's Clapperclaw anyway. Clapperclaw the Scarecrow.
I just wanted to say that I know how it feels to be severely depressed.
Yes. I just don't want to bring anyone else down, you see. I've had enough of that.
I just thought that these might help you. I haven't really been taking them over the last few days. So, and when I get back, I guess I can get another prescription. So, and I'll give him my bottle of antidepressants.
He looks at it and he's like,
oh, some sort of shaker toy. Interesting.
Actually, these are pills. You take them and they do stuff to your body and make you a little bit happier.
Oh. I'll see what I can do. I'm not sure what I can give you in return, though. I haven't got a lot on me at the moment. Maybe a bit of this, if this helps.
He puts his hand out to you, Keith.
I'll stick my hand out.
Okay, and yeah, in the claw, he drops a little tiny pile of straw in your hands.
It's lovely, but honestly, keep it.
Really?
Yes. I have another idea of what your name's Clapperclaw, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm called. Yeah.
Well,
usually because of these.
And he's clacking the claws now.
All you need to do for me is come with us for a little bit. We have a friend that wants to talk to you.
Well, I don't know. I had a really long day planned of sitting here feeling depressed, but I suppose I can spare a few minutes if you want. It's not like I was doing anything anyway. Sure.
Okay.
And he's willing to get up and move around. As this is all going on, Alice and Keith, in the background though, you do have all of these different heads of these different frogs. They're just like, some of them are like, hi! Others are like, just like, arr, arr, arr. And they're sort of looking at you, and the others are like, don't take him away from us, please. And, there's all different cacophonies of this is going on as you're going across this list.
We'll bring him back. Don't worry. We just... He seems lonely, so we're just going to talk to him for a minute.
Okay, no problem.
Take him back to our hut, I guess.
You can start wandering that way. Probably at some point you would run into Grace and the rest of them as this is going on. I'll move you back over that way, make it easier. So you guys finish up your conversations, and as this group start wandering back in the general direction, Edward, you see that they've brought the creepy scarecrow along with them as this is all going on.
Edward's like in the middle of like doing high fives with Brody, like, oh, we were so cool then. We managed to get information out of him. He wasn't none the wiser. How cool! And then he'll suddenly see the guy behind him, and then we'll just go, and then just like put Brody in between them, and
What? Oh,
just like peek out from behind Brody's legs because Edward is now very small.
Small. Fair. No problem.
This is Snippety Snap.
Name's Clapperclaw. Pleased to meet you.
Oh, Clapper. Oh,
We're gonna talk to him. We're gonna talk to him in the house.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Clapper Claw. Nice to meet you. My name's Brody. Do I shake your claw? Do I bow to you? How are you a hugger?
I can go for a handshake if you want.
And he sort of offers you up the claw on that one.
I grab like his gigantic claw and I shake it and I say, "We're gonna work on a secret handshake."
Can you clack? That's usually something I'm pretty good at, is with the clacking.
I can make noise with my mouth and then I can clap my hands like click clack 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 clack. I can do that.
Sure, we can work on that for the next few hours if you need to.
Oh wait, maybe I could do this and I go. No, I can't become a crab.
You need to watch yourself with that. That can be really painful.
Figure it out.
You guys pull him along. He seems to follow pleasantly along as all this is going on. It's not like he had a lot of things figured out for his day.
Lots.
Can I do like a general perception to make sure that nobody's around that can hear
definitely.
us?
Yeah, make a perception check as this is all going on. Okay, with a 16, you think you're pretty good once you start pulling everybody inside. Apart from a crocodile, nothing else seems to be paying any attention to you lot.
Okay.
Does that crocodile have an alliance with the fancy crocodile?
Who cares?
I think if you give me like 10 minutes, I can ask.
Or does Craig point out that he can talk to the crocodile?
Yeah. I can. I just talked to him yesterday. He was talking to me fine. Is not everything here talking animals?
I thought we took a short rest. Did we take a long rest?
No, short rest so far.
No, short. He means like the other half of the day.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Time means nothing in a place like this.
I mean, it does. I mean, yeah, it's like the animals. All the animals talk. The frogs talk. The snakes talk.
I mean, I've really got to concentrate to listen to him, but you seem to just be able to hear him, so... And I don't know if anyone else can.
Nope.
I cannot.
No.
Oh, is this like the snake situation all over again?
Yeah, you're an animal whisperer for some reason.
Maybe it's just reptiles.
Maybe. We've only
Anyway,
ever come across reptiles.
That is true.
You have come across a lot of them. It's definitely
Well,
true.
Even me.
What should I ask him? What am I asking him?
Just what are your alliances?
Yeah. Where does your allegiance lie?
Where does your allegiance lie?
It looks at you, and the only thing it can get across to you is that its allegiance lies with whoever feeds it.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be the case. It's just to do with who feeds him.
It doesn't have any other.
To like.
I don't think it matters. I don't think they talk to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe they do.
Okay, I'll open up my bag for Televar to fly out.
And he flies out, and he says, "Oh, thank you." And Clapperclaw goes,
Oh my. What are you, sir?
and he says, "The name is Sir Talavar, and I believe that you may be Clapperclaw." And he says,
Yes.
and he's like, "Man, a few words, I see. We are seeking your assistance with moving between the realms. We're trying to get through to Hither if we can. We understand that you may be able to guide us." And he says,
Oh, God, you want to be taken across, do you? That sounds depressing.
And he's like, will you do it, sir? He says,
Oh, I guess I could if you were to get this guy to actually give me back my head. That would get me to do it for you.
Give you back your what now? What about
Your head.
what about the thing between your shoulders?
Was kind of a spare one. I'm not proud of it. I want my own head back. It was a really nice pumpkin head. Much better. If you were to find that and get that back for me, then yes, I would take you through.
Does it have to be that pumpkin head, or can we carve you another one?
That one was special. I really liked it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
He told us about that earlier. Apparently, some of my Herringond friends stole it from him, like the previous me, I guess. Like, cut off his head, and I think they took it to Bevlorna.
Oh.
Well, in the meantime, is there anything we can do to zhuzh up this head? I mean, Alice has some like pens and stuff. We could draw like a smiley face on it. Would that be nice for you?
That'd be fun.
Oh, it couldn't hurt. It definitely needs work. It's not great right now.
Yeah, Alice, you're always doodling. You're probably the best artist here. Why don't you go ahead and give it a crack?
Sure. I'll just draw an eyes and a mouth.
fair enough.
Like Charlie
I will update his token so there will be a smiley mouth and the eyes on the head.
I want it to be like that brain in a jar from the last campaign.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, got to match the brain in the jar.
Amazing.
The vibe.
I'm not gonna lie. I think it works quite well.
And it does start to animate as you as he does that, which is a little bit creepy.
Dude.
How does it feel? You can smile and express yourself now. Like you can wink if you need to.
You don't get a smile out of him, but he certainly is at least expressive. He says,
"Well, at least it's better. At least I'll give you that."
You can eat now, right? You can take those things that Craig. That's me. The king gave you.
Are they worth having a try? I might give it a go. Can't hurt.
Can't hurt.
He's going to attempt to down the bottle on this some other stuff.
No. One at a time.
That's an overdose, sir.
Okay, one at a time then.
And yeah, he can now. It's like there's a void there, and it just he takes one of the tablets. We'll see how that kicks in later for him.
It takes a while to take effect.
Yeah.
Did I do that? The animation, or are you doing it?
I think that's coming from me.
Okay.
I'm pretty good at that. But thank you anyway.
Okay. So have we got a deal? We'll find your head, hopefully, and you take us to where we need to go.
Yeah, I'll hang around until that time. We'll see if these pills kick in too. Might help. But yeah, you've got a deal. If you find my head, and I'll take you through.
Okay. Cool.
Well, we found out where Illig, the Baron of Muckstamp, is. Kind of. We know his homeland, but apparently he has been kicked out of the court here.
He's at odds with the current king. I guess they are mad at each other or something.
Yeah.
Well, an ally here couldn't be a bad thing. Might help on that front. Sir Delavar's thinking on that one, but they are a scheming bunch.
Mm-hmm.
But it is so Talavar does this, but it is starting to sound like we may have to deal with Bevlorna. I'm not keen on that, but it's sounding like we may have to deal with that at some point. And yeah, he's definitely not finding it awkward talking about that one.
How about this? We have something of Bavlorna's, right? We can give that to her as a gift.
And she
What do we have of what?
We have a book. We have a diary of her.
Yeah, the Frog King gave it to me. I think he was scared that that she would be mad that he had it. So.
Oh, well, okay. Well, what about the rule of reciprocity? We give
That was exactly what I was thinking.
We give her the book, and then we ask for Clapper Claw's head. And what do they say on that show, Doctor Who? Bob's your uncle.
That is exactly what they always say on Doctor.
Well played. Well played.
Oh dear.
So we are we finding Illig first and then going to Bavlorna?
I mean, we said we were going to Bavlorna in the morning. We might as well just do that.
Okay, so we want. When are we going to do the Illig thing? Now, before we go to sleep.
You have time if you wanted to.
Or did they say something about a revolution? I don't particularly want to be part of that. If
Okay,
that's the case.
It definitely says revolution on this note. It's
I am of two minds of this. On the one hand, do we really want to get involved into like a frog civil war?
No.
On the other hand, it might be nice to have someone in charge on our side if things go south, if we go to Bavlorna.
All
Just a
options,
thought.
all possibilities, absolutely.
Why don't we do Bavlorna first and then do the Illig thing? Because if then they do a revolution, we can just leave and just let them deal with it while we're gone.
On the other side, Battletoads was a really awesome 1991 game for Nintendo. So, like, we should factor that in too. I broke Jess.
Yeah, you broke Jess for that one. Congratulations, you're a winner. Yeah.
I'm fucking Battletoads.
Okay, I'm happy to sleep and then go do the Bavlorna thing.
Yeah, we have to keep an eye out for the snakes turning up though, because they're going to be wanting our.
No, they said they'd stay there. They stay there the entire time.
Are they staying there the whole time?
Until we come back and ask them to do them a favor. Hopefully.
Is that what happened?
That may be Craig's rendition of it. I don't know.
Craig's communication, I can't be sure, but I think that's what he said. Yeah.
Craig thinks very differently.
So, yeah, you guys taking the long rest then? You're going to sleep overnight here?
Yes.
Yes.
What could possibly go wrong?
You're showing us hospitality.
Yeah, you've been given out. You can definitely do it. You can definitely do it.
We want to take like watches.
That's up to you.
Maybe that might be a good shout, just in case.
Okay.
Yeah, Clapperclaw would leave you at some point during the evening to let you have your rest. That's no problem.
Oh, did we talk about the revolution in front of him?
I'm going to say probably not. I'll be surprised if you did, but it's
Brody
up
would
to you.
have absolutely, unless someone told him not to.
Fair enough. Then yes, you probably have. Clapperclaw probably has some idea. But yeah. So are you taking watches? You just sleeping, resting up? What's going on?
I think we'll take watches.
Okay,
just in case.
2 watches. Who's doing what?
I'll start one.
I'll do the morning one. Or the night.
I think Brody is like legitimately exhausted from having been electrocuted the day before, so I think he's gonna take like a sleep aid and knock himself out.
Okay, fair enough. No worries. So yeah, you can all find beds and bits and bobs as that's going on. Okay, so yeah, the first watch will happen on that front. That is no problem. I need Alice. Can you roll me a d12, please, if that's okay?
Oh no.
Before we go to sleep, can I like slowly go to Grace and say, "I'm sorry. I thought I said you were scary. I didn't mean it like that. Like what we had was beautiful, even though it was a one-night thing. I didn't mean it to go off this."
You've been lucky to get better. Just saying.
I don't know what to respond to that.
The bunny and the elephant. I think I've read that one.
The bunny and the elephant.
And I guess I'll like lay down on like a cushion here and like snuggle up on there.
Fair enough.
Oh, they went to say snuggle up to Grace. I was like,
Damn. That's a little forward. Okay.
Keith is a little bit scared of Grace, so he will absolutely not do that.
Is this what's going to be a theme now? Drew and Seb doing ambiguous romance. Just casually.
Ambiguous romance.
Love it.
You and Conrad always have to be friends. Me and Seb always have to be in a relationship.
Yeah, none.
That's the way it works.
Fair enough. Alice, your time will pass without any issues by the looks of it.
When I'm doing it, though, I am going to read more, just carry on reading the book.
Fair enough.
See if there's that.
Me and Jamie always have to be in some kind of familial relationship. That's also okay.
You do find one name in there that you do recognise eventually as you're going through it. Eliwick Tumblestrump, and just describing a way of dealing with her that would leave her as a shrunken, mummified head that would be used for spell casting.
Right.
Yes, very, very pleasant stuff as this is going on.
Okay, she'll wake Edward up and then go to sleep the typical cat curl up way.
No problem. Edward, can you roll me the D12 as well, please? We'll see if anything goes on. So your time passes relatively calmly as this is all going on. No problem on that front. You guys wake up in the morning as this is all going on. Edward, you're first up because obviously having been doing the watch as well. You come round. The strange sights of these people as this is all going on. Sir Talavar has awkwardly managed to be next to Alice and has used her as a pillow in the night somehow as this is all going on. He's out in the open, so he could have been spotted, but you think he's probably gotten away with it. You can see Keith and Grace through the other room as this is all going on. Fairly straightforward as you're waking up right now.
Edward's gonna do a head count and be like, "Okay, where's Brody? Where's Brody?"
Brody was in one of the other rooms from the night before.
I'm just gonna check because I know every morning it seems Edward's now got the theme of every morning something terrible is gonna be there in the morning. So
strange sight. As you go through, no sign of Brody. What you see in the room looks like a giant rock on the ground. Very weird.
Lots of rocks.
Yeah,
big. I think I know what I am.
Edward goes, "What the fuck?" And he's looks out and he calls out and he's like, "Brody."
Brody, you hear Edward's voice in the moment. You start to shuffle. Oddly, Edward, the rock starts to move.
I jump onto this cushion and press my back against the wall. I'm like, "What the fuck is happening?"
As he starts to come, around.
Oh my god.
And he sort of he gets to look up at you, realizing it wasn't a rock; it's a shell of a creature that begins to move. Edward, as this is all going on.
Oh god, Brody!
Perfect.
Right. Edward's gonna go up and just be like, we've had this conversation. Which Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle would you be?
Oh, I would obviously be Michelangelo. I mean, he's the one who knows how to have all the fun, and he has those cool nunchucks.
Dude, your dream has come true. Look at yourself.
What?
Yeah, looking down, Brody. Yeah, you start to take in claws and shell-like things going on.
No way!
Edward's gonna yell out, Brody's a turtle!
I'm gonna try to do a ninja kick and fall over backwards on my shell.
Rip! And it starts spinning on the shell as it goes.
Oh, never getting up now.
Edward tries to like tip him back after like laughing at him for a bit.
It takes a moment.
What?
Brody's a turtle! Brody's a turtle!
We know he can change into animals.
No. He's like a proper turtle. Like, you know, in the way I'm a lizard, I think he's now a turtle.
Why is everyone an animal?
I don't know.
I step into the doorway, and Brody's
Whoa.
Yeah, I just woke up like this. How cool is this? Wait, let me try something. And I retreat into my shell.
Yeah, it works. The head pops down.
Man, I love being a turtle.
Are you a turtle that can turn into other turtles?
Oh,
Trippy.
yeah.
Would you just become a smaller turtle or just a...
I think I can. Hang on, let me try.
No, whoa. You can only do that limited times, I'm pretty sure. Because you always seem to not be able to do it after a time. I wouldn't waste it.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Wait, where are my toe shoes?
And I look down at my feet.
Oh.
Toes.
Yeah, no sign of the toe shoes. Yeah, so they seem to have disappeared in whatever's been going on.
Wow, the Feywild giveth and the Feywild taketh away. Wait, where's my fanny pack?
Do I have my fanny pack?
You do have your funny pack, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Do I have my drugs?
You do have your drugs, yes, yeah.
Okay. All right. That was close. That was a close one.
So yeah, the rest of you wake up to the very strange sight of. Wow, is it that strange? You're starting to wonder at this point.
Yeah, we're
At this
getting
point,
used
I'm
to
not
this.
surprised.
Edward pulls out his phone, and I know there's probably a very limited amount of battery, but I would like to take this opportunity to take a selfie with my reptilian bro.
Fair enough, no
as we are
worries.
now both reptiles.
I'm in the background throwing up deuces.
Yeah, I'm just like, eh.
But I also have my head like tucked into my shell just a little bit, so you can only see my eyes.
Nice.
Let's do a team photo.
Yeah, team photo.
Craig, can you take it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you're just you.
Yeah, okay. I take it.
Fair enough. There you go. Everybody like.
Smalls in front, bigs in back.
Is Keith small or is he medium?
Keith is small.
Okay.
We should change his. We should change his scale a little bit. One sec. There we go. Whoop.
Oh. It's so small.
There you go.
There we are.
So yes,
Even-
Craig takes the pit.
Even weirder romantic
Is
pair.
this all randomized, or did we all become animals? What's going on?
The ones that asked me, I rolled you. So that was definitely.
So,
Wow.
so the three of us are legitimately. That's amazing.
It's so cool.
The harder part was going looking for the art until I found the right one. I was not convinced. Right. Okay. So yes, you are. Yeah, you're all freshened up. Your morning has arrived. Your turtle friend has arrived. Where or what are you thinking? What's the plan?
Going to evil witch lady.
Huzzah! My
No.
favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
You're gonna go wandering into the mists.
I put Talavar in my bag.
No problem. Yeah, he's his best
Don't-
to do it. As he's
don't
literally shaking as you do. You can see he's very uncomfortable with what's being planned here.
Yeah,
don't worry. we'll be
perhaps you
fine.
should stay out of sight if at all possible, sir.
Yeah, he completely agrees and will go in the bag without complaint. And let's put it that way.
Don't these frogs bring her treasure to her?
You know the Herringons do on that front, and
But didn't they leave it and then the frogs took it to her or something?
Yes, that's absolutely true. Yeah. You know
So
that
the
much.
Frogs
know how to get into it.
I mean,
Which might be why we need to revolution.
all you know at the moment is that there's fog around it. Yeah, you've not done anything with it, if that makes sense. You don't know if there is anything that's needed. You're not sure. You just know there's fog.
Mr. Knight, sir.
Yes.
Honored
guest.
We've been asked to take something to. I have a lady's name that I keep forgetting.
Bavlorna, yeah, Bavlorna.
Bavlorna. Okay.
Very well,
how
brave of you, sir or madam. Apologies.
How do we get into it? To that mist.
You can wander across the march into the mists and take your chances. My best guess would say if you follow the angle of the washing lines, they'll at least take you to the border, sir.
Okay.
And or madam.
Okay, so yeah, it's just a guessing game, guys. Unfortunately.
Maybe
We
it's
can
a
follow the washing line.
situation.
Grace, are you tall enough to hold on to the line while we walk, or hold on to the clothes at least, so at least we know.
It starts off at a height where you could grab on. By the time it gets to wherever it's going in the clouds, it's hundreds of feet. It starts to disappear.
Okay. Not quite that tall.
I know. I didn't know that.
Brody comes out of his room and he's carrying his breastplate and stuff. And he's like,
I don't think this fits me anymore. The shell kind of gets in the way. Craig or Grace, do either of you want to try this on? Maybe you can make this work.
because I can't wear armor anymore. I have a natural armor of 17 at all times.
Fair enough.
I also have no need for armor.
Well, I'm just a dumb human, so I could definitely do with some.
No, you're so much more than that. You're a dumb human with awful stats. You're that.
Yeah. I am Mr. Average.
Yes. So yes. Yeah. Looking at this, Craig, you think you can make this work?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. If you're not using it, I'll take it. How did you have breastplate?
Well, when we were in the bog with the armor and it was all messed up stuff, this was actually in pretty good condition compared to the rest of it. Maybe it's because it's made of like a shell. Oh my god, is this my people?
It does definitely look very organic based thing on that front.
Okay, well, yeah, I'll take that. I could do with something to help me.
Do you still get the benefits of armor if you're not proficient in it? Because this is medium armor.
I am a hexblade, so I get it.
You're a what?
I'm a hexblade.
Oh, did they get proficiency in medium? Yeah, then have at it, bud.
I'm a hexblade warrior.
Okay. So yes, you guys, so you're going to follow the washing line, but in that sort of general direction. Is that the plan, or are you going to do something with the washing line?
I guess so. We can untie it, right? And just. Oh no, that wouldn't work. If.
Depends what you're trying to do.
Like walk with it, and like. Slowly pull it in so it's getting tighter, so we still know the way to go.
You could try if you want to.
Would the frogs be angry at that?
You don't know.
Conrad, can you give me that? No, you can do that somehow, can't you?
Honestly, I'm just deleting it from my sheet in D&D Beyond, and then I'm gonna re-import myself as a turtle. So
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do.
Yeah, easy enough. On that one. So yes, Alice. Obviously, yeah, you know where it is. You know where it's attached to. But yeah, it's absolutely up to you guys what you're attempting to do.
My only plan is to follow the line and slowly pull it in so it's tighter and tighter, so we still know which way to go.
I mean, that is a plan.
Better than the rest of us have.
Yeah, I don't have one.
Okay. I'll ask the man for the knight. I'll be like, is it okay if we temporarily untie the line so we can follow the line better, and then when we come back we'll put it back?
He kind of like, oh, I don't know if that would go down well. I don't think you can even untie it, sir or madam.
I can cut it.
Many have tried in the past. I don't think it works.
Oh.
Maybe Greg can use his real fancy sword.
Oh, I got a super good sword. See, and I brandish it.
Fair enough. You can definitely brandish your glowing sword and have that on show. That's no problem. Are you going to try
When do I cut?
You're going to try and slice the rope?
When do you want me to cut it now?
Well, with one of us holding it.
Okay, hold on tight.
Okay, yeah, make an attack.
I'm just Craig though. Right. A 3.
Some way, somehow, it manages to go twang off of the side on the rope. It doesn't go well.
Craig is like red faced. He's like, it's impossible. I can't cut. It doesn't cut.
You miss. It's a stationary target.
Yeah.
No, it was.
He definitely hit. It was just really abysmal.
I hit it with like the blunt side by accident, but yeah, I mean, no one calls me on it. So it's okay. I'll try again.
Yeah, try better.
I'll try really good. Oh my god!
The snazzy remark from Edward drove you to like, I've got to fucking prove him wrong.
Fair enough. Some way, somehow, yeah. As he pulls it up the second time, you see like the arms bulge blue coming through in the moment of his skin, and he sort of like and cuts down, and there is a glowing, blinding light for a moment as it cuts through whatever's going on with this rope, and it cuts. Alice, you have a rope in hand.
Cool. Well, that like looking at the frog man, like that wasn't so hard.
He sort of looks. I'm very surprised. That's a very strange sword, sir. What brings you to that?
It was a gift, I think.
Interesting. You have to excuse me. And he starts to wander off.
I'm sure that's fine.
Oh no!
Well, let's get going. Let's get going. And I guess follow me. Have Grace hold it because he's taller. Fine. No, well, I'm too small.
Okay, yeah, you pass it to Grace. That's no problem, and you guys start to track it in. That's no worries. So yeah, you slowly but surely drag your way into the thick of the fog. You get blinded by the fog for a few moments as this is all going on. You follow each other in a little bit deeper, and eventually the fog does begin to clear. And on the other side of the fog becomes clear what is going on the other side. The washing line is attached up higher above. There seems to be one set of stairway leading up from the ground that you're on, and your rope is dangling down as you make your way into this sort of space and see this place in front of you as this is all going on. Some sort of strange pillared cottage.
Well, at least it doesn't have chicken legs, right? So...
True.
Yeah.
So we've got this washing line. Does it have clothing on it?
It does, yeah.
Go down? I feel like we should make sure it doesn't go on the floor and maybe just like fold it and carry it, because I feel like she'd be really pissed if her clean laundry was on the floor.
Yeah, you can definitely collect.
Clean? By this photo, it's all paired up.
I don't think you consider it clean on that front, but they definitely look like very ratty clothes of all manner of descriptions. Nothing making sense, if that makes sense to you. What they are, what they fit, none of it matches. Is that?
It's all high couture. We could never understand.
Just a whole, it's all garbage. A whole another level as this is going on. But yeah, you guys collect it up as you go. That's no problem as you make your way to here. But yeah, you can see that there is a random set of stairs leading up, and and it is as you see.
Well, this isn't creepy. I guess we go to the stairs.
Easily done. Yeah, you guys make your way across. You start to climb up the really odd creaky stairs as this is going on, slowly but surely, and that will take you to the cottage. You get to the top of the stairs there, and when you do, there is a trapdoor above you all that appears to be closed.
Okay. Knock politely.
You can definitely not knock in the moment. That's no problem, and see what's going on. But you knock. Nothing happens as you're kind of waiting for something, and in that particular moment. Just grabbing some tokens. 1 sec.
Oh, that bodes well for us.
So I went to my ability score sheet to see like what gets changed, and it's all the new stuff, which means I get to assign it wherever I want. So I went back to look at Brody's original stat, and I have been playing Brody the entire time without any ability increase at all, because I never assigned it.
Oh man. At least you catch it at level 2, right? So that's something for race change.
That just means I get to do fun things.
Absolutely.
Brody's just gonna come back an absolute beast.
A whole different ball game.
Brody already had pretty solid stats to begin with.
That must be nice. Now he
has found his true form. Now he will shine.
But yes, this trapdoor is above you all. You knocked. Nothing happened when you did. Just silence.
Edward, if you stand back, you can use that weird hand that you have to open the door from far away. See if the trapdoor.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Edward will do like a little claw hand that looks similar to his own. Will
make its way up. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
It pushes on the door, and you have a moment, and then it sort of clunks and it seems to move and open up in the moment.
Okay, it's open. Who wants to go first? Keith, our glorious leader. Why don't you go first?
Keith is our glorious leader, so
yeah.
This is true.
I mean, have you seen like Craig's muscles when he's in like his power form? I think he should go first.
Yeah, but Craig's muscles aren't with us at the moment.
Craig's looking at his arms like noodle arms, like what?
Your position of power and influence is always with us, so you should go first.
Fine. Then
there we go.
I'll just because you're the boss, I'll
peek into the. Actually, can I try to do it stealthily? Can I stealth?
Yeah,
Is
you
that a
can.
thing I
You can
do?
definitely make a stealth check. Absolutely, that's always possible.
All right, I'm a rogue without stealth. That's nice.
Yeah, it may not go well. It may not go well, but you can definitely do it. On that one, yeah, you seem to quietly make your way up. You peek your head over the top. A strange sort of square room sort of appears in front of you. There looks like there is a pool of stagnant water in the middle of this strange space. A few doors and bits. Let's bring you through to give you the idea as this is going on. On that one. So yes, you come in. So you got there's a strange recessed pool with mouldy clay tiles that takes up most of the large square room. Stagnant water fills the depression to a depth of about 1 foot. Rising from the pool's center is the head of a stone well that gives off an unpleasant odor. In one corner of the pool stands a tall, dirty, freestanding mirror in an oval frame, and it seems to be floating on the back of a large lily pad. Creaky wooden floorboards are arranged around a 10-foot wide raised walkway around the pool. This walkway is crowded with shelves, tables, stools of shapes of all manner of styles. Almost every available surface is littered with stacks of dirty plates, scraps of food, old junk. Dressing room dummies seem to be pushed together in one corner, and a wooden staircase spirals up from the corner up to another floor. There seem to be 5 closed doors that lead from this room.
What's this thing?
The mannequins really.
Yeah, that's freaky.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of odd stuff in this room as you're looking around.
What's this thing I'm next to? Is it a chair?
Sorry, where are you looking? Sorry, apologies.
Oh, that.
Yeah. Or was it stairs?
Oh, that stairs. You're literally walking into a pool of water,
Ooh.
Craig. If you as you drop in, so this is a pool of 1 foot deep water in front of you.
Oh no!
Yeah. So I think you would you'd just be off to the side of it. Yeah.
Now I can see it. It makes perfect sense.
Makes sense.
I thought it was a rug.
No, that's okay. Yeah, it does the edging does make it look kind of like a rug, but yeah, no, that's actually a depression of water as this is all going on. There's like I said, there are a bunch of dummies in the corner and things like that. There's a lot of strange stuff going on. A mirror in the pool, the lily pad, all manner of stuff. What do you guys get up to?
Do we want to check these doors or just go upstairs and try and find?
I mean, we've just walked into someone's house, right?
I know, exactly.
Shout for them.
Because then she has to give us hospitality if she's chill with us being here, I think.
Okay. Hello?
Echoes out in the moment. No one seems to respond as you're saying that.
Delivery!
We have a gift for you.
Yeah, nothing strange happens on that one, barring I think Alice. When you look round, I think you think one of the mannequins is in a different position to what it was a few moments before.
I do not like that. No.
The mannequin's moving. The mannequin. Nope.
Oh God, no! I've seen these movies. No.
Does somebody want to go over and check them?
Like, why?
No.
Do we have to be here? Is it absolutely necessary?
Brody, go over and check it out.
Or like rock, paper, scissors or something.
Yeah, sorry.
Or if Brody's willing, go.
Yeah, Brody, you're making your way over to the mannequins. Is that what you're up to?
Sure. I give him a nice little scrutiny. So.
Yeah, fair enough. They seem like they're medium size, different sizes, a mix of that on that front. But there's 6 of them. They're all in sort of home-stitched garments. Others are bare. Apart from one is wearing a black pointed hat. which you can see at the front on that front.
Please get me that hat.
It's barring that, you're not noticing. Well, make a perception check, see if there's anything else that's coming up. Yeah, nothing else you're noticing in the moment. You're not understanding the garb, but maybe it's of local fashion. If tatterwear is a thing, or garbage is a thing.
90s grudge.
Yeah, Brody gets close to it and he extends his neck out, and then he gets distracted because then he pulls his neck back into a shell, and then he stretches it out, and then he puts it back in a shell, and he stretches it out. And he says, "Well, they just look like mannequins to me."
Meanwhile, Alice, you sort of make your way round. You're getting from this side of the room the stench of blood or rotting food, things like that, is getting stronger as you're making your way towards this side of the room, if that makes sense.
Should just stop moving, I think.
No worries. Meanwhile, Keith, obviously the door nearby to you, not getting any sense of anything extra coming off of it at the moment. Seems fairly quiet for whatever reason is going on at the moment. And Grace is apparently going swimming. I'm assuming you're probably around the edge, if that makes sense.
I thought that was a carpet.
I agree. I completely agree. But yeah, this is a 1 foot deep of water. So this is a lily pad, and this is a waterlogged space in the middle.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, can you smell that? It smells like rotten flesh.
Ugh, gross. That's vile.
Is it coming from this door or upstairs?
Yeah. No, you're smelling it coming from that door. Alice is definitely what you're getting as that one's going on.
Could this person be dead? Oh.
Maybe.
And can I make a perception check with my trunk? Because I have keen smell.
Oh yeah, definitely you can. Yeah, definitely.
Double powers.
Yep, you can make it with advantage. I think it's alt with alt will give you the advantage.
20.
Hey, nice. Okay, so yeah, you are definitely smelling older meats or the smells of sort of sinew and skins. Definitely. It's definitely not pleasant. If something didn't die in that room, it at least it's at least been stored in that room dead. If that makes sense, is the smell you're getting? Musty smell of death.
She just gags.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It is not nice. No.
Oh dear.
Meanwhile,
should we check out some of these.
You can absolutely if anyone's doing anything on that one.
Hello.
Hello.
Fair enough. Let me just double check on that one. So it appears to be like a large cupboard, Craig, as you're looking in. It's a dark room. Some fine skullwork frames around some cupboard doors on that front. Paneled in wood. It looks in a better state than some of the other rooms, but definitely less used would be the best way of putting it. There is a cupboard that seems to be in the room directly in front of you.
Yeah,
in the cupboard. It's always good.
I know, but Craig, he's a normal person who goes in cupboards. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't go into someone's house and go in the cupboard.
I fairly agree.
There's just a cupboard in there. I say to Keith, as I walk past.
No problem.
I want in the cupboard.
Yeah.
Well, anything in the cupboard? Go in.
Why would no? What?
Come on, we don't have all day. Get in.
I'm not going in a cupboard. nor do I want to look in some old lady's cupboard. Do it, Seb.
I'll move in.
Fair enough. Keith walks in your stead. Meanwhile, while that's going on, Brody, you're opening that door on that side of things.
Sure, if everybody's opening stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you look in, and it looks like there is a set of rickety stairs that seem to be leading upwards, from what you can see. There's a rickety railing off to one side, and a staircase that sort of looms as you on that one.
Stairs over here.
Keith.
Up or down?
Yes, they're definitely going up.
They're going up.
Okay.
I think we would have seen if they were going down because we came in through a trap door that was below.
You would think that, but you woke up as a turtle this morning, so you never know.
Fair point, boss. Fair point.
Meanwhile, Keith, you go to try and open the cupboard. Okay, fair enough. Keith, it appears to be locked when you try it. You get a click clunk. As he's doing that, Alice, Edward, anything going on with you guys?
I am going to be trying to push Alice to go and open the cupboard. Curiosity is a cat thing. Go.
Yeah, curiosity also killed the cat.
Satisfaction brought it back. Finish the quote if you're going to say
Is that true?
Yeah.
I've never heard the rest of that quote.
No, the rest of the quote is
the rest of that
satisfaction.
quote, yes.
It's like blood is thicker than water. That it's the actual expression is the blood of brotherhood is thicker than the water of the womb. So it actually means completely the opposite to what people use it for.
Throwing Alice completely.
The information section of this video once again.
Do. Yeah.
I'll plug my nose and open the door.
We'll tell you things you need to know.
Okay, yeah, go for it. You open the door. On the other side, a horse's head leers at you with glossy eyes, its lips drawn back from pointed yellow teeth. The head is affixed to a large 8-legged limbed armature made of wicker and wire, situated so that it faces the doorway when you enter.
No.
Near is a wooden crate. Flies buzz around the disordered room, landing occasionally on the animal carcasses that lie strewn in small piles. On a low table rests an assortment of tools, saws, knives, scrapers, and a hand crank drill, by the looks of it. Some sewing thread and needles, and loads of taxidermy subjects of various stages of completion around the room. A shelf that looks on the verge of collapse leans against the wall between two windows and bears the weight of a dozen stuffed horrors, each one an artless combination of 2 or more animals.
So we're in the house of Hannibal of some kind.
We're in the full man alchemist house now. You're gonna find
Dark
children.
As that's going on, Keith, obviously
we never mentioned that. Never mentioned that.
Keith, you've obviously found that the cupboard is locked, but you're going to attempt anything here?
I am not trying to steal from this person since that is against the rules of this place, so I will not unlock it with
not a problem.
These
Not
tools even so no. I'm not unlocking this. It's locked. Let's move on.
No worries. Yeah. So you've got taxidermy on one side. You've got a set of stairs and other bits. Strange mannequins, a strange mirror in a pool, an odd lily pad all floating in water, and another door. One more door that's not been opened as far as you can see, or 2 more doors technically.
Alice, why are you going in further at the hill?
I don't know. There might be something of interest or of why this person is doing this.
Clearly it's because she's a psychopath. We don't need any more information than that.
Can I have a general look around? I'm not going further in, just like try to see around the room if there's anything not of interest that is less crazy than what I'm seeing right now.
Well, there's certainly, you can make an investigation check of the crates and stuff that you've not gone in and done anything with if you wanted, I guess.
The flies are landed on the crates though, right?
Yeah, the flies have been landing on and off the crates, yeah.
Oh no, okay, now I'm done in this room then. Too gross.
Oh, it reminds me of the time that Brody left that egg sandwich in the company fridge for like 2 weeks.
Totally became a science experiment.
You didn't have to microwave it afterwards.
We have to learn. It's called experimentation.
Meanwhile, yeah, Brody, you are obviously over by another door at that side. Would he be dealing with that one, or is he looking more into the mannequins?
No, the mannequins, I rolled a 6 for that, so they just seem uninteresting to me, so I'm just gonna go ahead and open this door.
No problem. You open the door, and it appears to be scraps of cloth and bundled yarn are piled into this small room. Seems a lot of it, like lengths of cloth, etc. And some of it made into clothes, others not so much.
Does this look like the same material that was used to make what the mannequin's wearing?
Some of, yes. There certainly seems to be a bit of that. But you can make an investigation check if you want to take a bit more of a look in there.
I'm a big dummy boy, but sure.
Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, yards and yards of cloth and bits and bobs. Yeah, nothing sort of stands out as you're going through it all at this point.
Anything over that side of interest, or are we going upstairs?
Looks like more cloth and material. Maybe some of it used to make what these dudes over here are wearing. Doesn't look very interesting to me. Oh wow, I kind of sound like Eeyore.
Me too.
I want everybody to know that I am actually really stoked to be a turtle. I think they just talk kind of slow.
Okay.
Has anybody scoped out the this mirror?
No.
Nope, that's in the water.
Never look around the mirrors.
I'm heading that way, and then was told it was in water.
No, that's fair enough.
I mean,
You're a turtle. Man.
turtles can be aquatic too, so I'll go check it out if no one else wants to.
No, thank you.
Go ahead.
Splish.
Yeah, you can definitely splash into it. It's about a foot deep. It's not vastly deep water as you make your way into it, Brody.
I do miss my toe shoes. Those were waterproof.
Yeah, Brody, looking in the mirror, you see yourself as yourself, your original self, and you see what looks to be the. You remember the mirror room in the Witchlight Carnival back at the beginning. You can see it on the other side. You vaguely remember looking at different mirrors in that place and seeing loads and loads of different versions of yourself whenever you looked into every different mirror. You're now looking at the reverse of that.
That's no. Hey, boss.
Mm-hmm.
You want a surprise? Come here, I'll carry you.
Okay.
Yeah, I just figured you didn't want to be like all wet, but
That is
just
true.
be prepared. You're gonna see yourself riding on Brody's shoulders, and then I show him the mirror where it probably looks like Edward riding on Brody's shoulders.
Yeah, absolutely. At the Witchlight Carnival in the mirror room that you saw previously.
That's the carnival, and I'm human.
Yeah. Remember how we walked through the mirrors and we saw all sorts of different versions of ourselves?
I touched the mirror immediately as he was talking.
Fair enough. Yeah, the other hand puts out at the same time as you do. Yeah, you touch the cold of the mirror front as you do. They match your movements perfectly.
Damn it, we can't go through.
Brody is looking at his own foot in the mirror, lifted up out of the water, which is wearing the toe shoes there. Be like, I won those in a contest with Fila, by the way. I had to write an essay about the benefits of having your toes free in shoes. I won 3rd place, which was a pair of these shoes.
What was first place?
As Ed was looking on at his original self in the thing as well.
Beautiful self.
Meanwhile,
are you feeling okay, boss?
I'm just sad that I'm not that anymore. I'm just a hideous lizard.
Brody, the one thing that is starting to the water is starting to feel like it's itching.
Oh no.
Oh, I mean, get an eye full, Edward. I think that we need to get out of the water because it's starting to itch a little bit.
Itch? Okay, that's not good. Go, run!
I am most definitely just walking at a pace. I'm not running.
No worries.
But I do get out of the water.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
It
definitely itches. His skin looks like it's reddening, if that makes sense.
Oh, Grace. He looks like he's had an allergic reaction to the water.
It's itchy. It's like that one time that I accidentally wiped with poison ivy.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
It was. It was also the first time we met.
It was!
There you go.
Times.
As that's going on, Keith and Craig, what are you up to?
I can't remember what was down there.
You definitely see stairs that are leading up to another floor above.
Oh, up. Okay. Oh yeah, of course. This is what he said about. I'm sure they go up. Can I just take a peek up? Not actually go up?
You can. You move up a little ways, and you definitely get the sense that there is a door at the top of the stairs. Like there's definitely a door. If you do go on to the next one, you would move past the door. So
that's why
you have to decide.
There. I thought that might be the case. Yeah. There's a door here. I don't want to go on my own. Keith, I'm gonna just stick with you. As you're my father-in-law, you know.
I am nothing of the sorts. But perhaps we should join the rest. Like staying together is probably safer.
Craig, as you start coming back down the stairs, and you come out to actually talk to Keith like that, you suddenly start to hear a sort of a buzzing sound coming from behind you as this is all going on, and you sort of.
Craig like puts his finger in his ear and sort of wiggles it about like. Oh no!
I don't like that. That just scared me.
I hate it.
I know.
As they do, we're going to be rolling initiative against the swarm of bees that you have managed to piss off.
Not the bees!
What did you do?
Nothing.
Bees.
The bees.
Wow. Did I just get a natural 20 or was that 19?
Right, let's see how this is going to work out.
The turtle is last. That's amazing.
Of course.
Okay, right. So we are going to go and begin some combat. So first things first, we're going to get the we're going to get the surprise that comes from the bees, and then after that we'll be into normal stuff. So Craig, you're going to get attacked by these things. They're going to start biting and napping at you. Let's see how they're going to do.
Don't like that.
I know on that one, but alas, let's see how that's going to do. Oh, the swarm of insects doesn't want to do its thing, so let me roll it manually then on that one. And okay, so let's roll that manually. Let's see how that's
James, they don't want to. You should respect that.
I know. I really should on that front.
Oh, they're a strategic swarm of insects.
Strategic swarm of insects. Craig, they crit as that is going on, and then I have to do.
I'm getting flashbacks of when the bees crit on Shade.
Oh yeah.
With the new crit rules or the old ones? Because these.
What's the new crit rules?
The new crit rules is monsters can't crit is basically where we're at. We're not there at that on that one. So 9 doubled, Craig, as this is as these things are sort of like.
Okay. It's fine. They're only bees. Oh, Craig is unconscious.
He's got an allergy.
I want to chrono shift this, but I feel like Alice wouldn't have seen that happen.
No,
He'd slowly walking the stairs.
Okay.
You need to be within 30 feet as well, I think.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, there's distance on it.
Okay, so yes, we are in the order then. Keith, you are up next in the moment here.
Oh, I could silvery barbs, I guess. That's 60 feet. But
God, Brody down. Brody, what am I saying? Craig down. Craig down.
As the swarm of bees is or insects is there.
Okay, I will take out my branding iron.
Yeah, okay, I see where you're going.
Brand the bees.
Brand them.
Branding the bees, yeah.
Like, try to, I don't know, like swing it through the swarm in order to, like, I don't know, like burn a good lot of them.
Fair enough. Yeah, no worries at all. Make the old attack roll. See how you do. It's in there somewhere.
Yeah, it's in my inventory, not under my actions. That's the thing. Normally it should have rolled, but why didn't it?
So if you go to inventory, I'm just going to try and roll it myself. Oh, it didn't. Yeah, something's gone wrong in there. Okie dokie. Oh, it's just really taking its time by the looks of it.
That's the attack, and then damage I need to do separately.
So yes, the attack worked absolutely fine, and you burn 8 damage into these, burning through these different bugs as you're waving it through them. That's no problem.
Sneak attack since Craig is technically next to you, or
is it conscious?
Yeah, he's not a threat.
Yeah, it's not threatening. And then with my bonus action,
yeah,
I will rabbit hop, so I can jump without provoking an attack of opportunity. And I will basically dive underwater.
Okay, diving under the water.
Oh, the itchy water. That's algae water, but have fun.
Keith does not know this.
Oh yeah,
Keith does not know this, so he's holding his breath and he's
dived underwater,
hiding underwater.
No problem.
Insects can't get to.
No problem. Okay, Craig, I need you to do me a D20 invisible, please.
I didn't even get it, dude.
I know, man. I know. Alas.
What happened? Hang on. This isn't... Our roll is at the bottom. It's a question mark, James. Do I win?
Fair enough. Yeah, no, I've got that. That's no problem. Next on the list, Grace.
Oh gosh.
Let me perish.
That's what he would have
Yeah, does she care enough about Craig to save him?
Oh, that's so
No.
mean.
Can you imagine
mean,
the paperwork you'll have to do if he's dead?
Actually, yeah.
There's
All
a
that
lot of
filing.
paperwork
Yeah.
for a
Okay.
dead intern who is probably just
Oh, that's
an adult as well. Not even there's problems there.
She has to dash. Okay, so I'll use my action to dash.
Mm-hmm. Bees right in front of you.
Yeah. I'm just gonna wave in front of them just to try and get their attention so they stop going after the intern.
Okay, fair enough.
Very noble. I shall remember you when I'm dead.
She's purely thinking about the amount of paperwork she'd have to fill out if you died.
Okay, with that done then, Edward, I guess.
Edward doesn't really want to go anywhere near the bees,
Mm-hmm.
and also everyone is surrounding the bees, so he can't really fire anything at the bees. If the bees start to come towards them, then Edward will fire a fireball at them. But currently, he's not going to do shit because he cannot see nor get to the bees.
Okay, he's going to hold his action. Fair enough.
Yes.
Next on the list then, Alice.
She'll turn around and see Craig on the floor. Oh god! She'll get to there. And that's a good enough angle.
Mm-hmm. Out of the corner of your eye, Alice, you swear one of the mannequins has moved again.
Oh, why?
Perish.
I will. Yes, I will fireball. Oh, I must select a token.
I select the bees.
22. Hey, that's definitely going to work. Okay. So, yes, you burn a few more of them. That's fair enough.
And then I'll walk back 5 feet. That's fine.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, brings us to the bees. Grace, you have got the attention of the bees. Let's see how they are going to do.
You have obtained
what
the
I
attention of the
wanted.
bees.
Just what you always wanted in life. On that one. Right, I'm going to roll. I'm assuming a 17 is a possible hit, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and then they do... Right, 44. Okay, so the stinging bites. Oof, 14 damage here as these things start.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, they're so strategic with their
the naming. Yeah. Oh dear.
I know what we'll do. We'll sneak up and crit him.
We got him. We got that one. Yeah. We've been working on that plan for weeks.
I have 1 hit point.
Oh, Grace. Oh my God. Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
that's one more than me. So I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, but if I fall, I'll crush you.
Brody, round to you. Grace looks like she's having trouble. Craig is down. It's all go on the other side of this room.
Oh no! He runs.
Oh
He'll-
no!
He'll step into the ouchie water
Mm-hmm.
and then go around because he doesn't want to bowl over Alice. He'll get there, and then he's looking for like his pipe to spark up, and then he gets a concentrating look on his face, and then just kind of closes his eyes and holds his hands out and says, "Greg, wait, Craig," and he's gonna cast Healing Word using your own name correctly for the first time.
Oh my god. Whoa.
I'm not gonna lie, it just sounded like Greg again, but with a slightly different inflection.
It's American Craig. It's fine. It works fine.
How do I target again? I'm sorry.
Just press click on him and click T. Yes, yeah.
Nice.
Hey, there you go.
Did that automatically give you like?
No, but it's okay. I can do this.
Well, you got it.
Yeah,
So,
we don't have the last bit.
And then I hold, and then I see Craig, and I nod, and then I look at the bees, and I say, "He must be allergic. Can't have that." And then I'll kind of still touch. So, but now the hand looks like my turtle hand, but it still looks like it's like tipped with toadstools at the end.
Nice.
Oh.
Incoming. 12 will just hit, I believe, on these things. Yeah. And for 8 necrotic. Okay, doing a bit more damage to these things as the fire and the other bits are happening all around them. Yeah, that should be Brody done. Top of the round then. Keith, we're back round to you.
Yeah, Keith will climb out of the water. Does it hurt?
So far so good.
Okay, I'll climb out of the water. Try to strike again.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that T thing is about, but okay. Does it work now? Okay, it does.
Yeah, I think it's because I targeted it for you, so that made it work. So okay, so 17 for another 3, so more burning occurring, no problem.
That's
Oh,
a
3-1.
horrible damage roll.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, yeah.
But I will also use sneak attack on this.
Nice.
And 2 extra fire damage.
Hey, it all adds up. Any more for any more?
Else I can do? I guess not.
Okay.
So, yeah, that'll be it.
No worries. Craig, coming around to you.
Yay!
You are alive. Congrats, you can act.
I'll stand up. Bees. I take out my sword. I'm like, okay, I'll try and kill the bees with the sword. So I just sort of smashing around my sword as much as I can.
Okay. Waving it about, no problem.
Great. Oh no, that doesn't do that.
You literally just critted, as far as I can see.
Amazing.
Cool. I can't see anything though. Aha! There we go.
Yeah, you probably have it still on ninja roll.
Yeah, you had it on ninja roll, so you couldn't.
I sure did.
But you crit, doing 16 slashing damage.
I think that's my third crit.
How does Craig want to finish off a swarm of bees?
So, instead of slashing, what I do is I squash them with the blunt side of the side of their the sword, so just keep splatting them into the floor.
This is all going on.
The bees really hurt me.
I mean, you just had experience using the blunt side of the sword trying to cut the clothesline, right?
I know, I'm so good at this.
I do love the giant blood splatter caused by the bees. It's so big.
I mean, I smushed the smush out of them. They just...
Yay.
Not one bee escaped.
And I think it's at this point that you hear, coming from above, you hear,
"What on earth is going on down there?"
Oh.
Oh.
And that will be where we will pick up from next time. We will figure out whose that voice is and what's going on. But well done. You're you're in the middle of it all.